That is the most unnecessary shit in the world.
I don't care.
Hey,
Factuals.
I want to welcome you to the Corner Convo, episode 82. Wow. Thank y'all for pulling up morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are at in the world. We gonna be here. I'm glad you here. You know?
A corner like thousands of others across the country. It's the place to go if you want to be seen, and to a lot of folks, it's the information center of the neighborhood.
Our job is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish, and because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about how we should change.
Mug is in the bag, and the bag is the bass, and the bass never change. The groove. As soon as you hear that groove, I know I got you.
I will be your host for the evening, afternoon, morning. My name is A-M-O-N. Say what you want, just spell my name right, you heard?
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time. One of the best singers, one of the best looking motherfuckers you've ever seen. Hold my drink, bitch.
Mine over there, he's like a wild card. Like I've met him before. Like he's like, to me, like a silent killer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like the one on the sideline, this and that. He could be cool because naturally he's magnetic to people, but I don't think he probably always welcomes that.
Fuck out my face.
My show, say hello to the host first. Respect the host.
Next up, we got my boy AB in the building.
I'm about to be on some real murder shit, eh? I'm telling you, man. Any nigga that ever looked at me wrong
In the rearview mirror,
owes me money.
for no reason at
Or
all.
ever said any jealous bullshit about me is fucking dead. You understand what the fuck I'm saying? Hey, they're fucking dead.
I do.
Time you got to do certain shit. It's just...
Next up, you know, of course I got to bring this all the way down, man. Get this intro right, you heard?
A corner.
No, I'm out here fucking up already. It's okay. It's okay. It happens.
I need a new intro anyway, goddammit, for 2022.
You do.
I actually was supposed to work on this. He ain't never changed here. I changed it to this.
Yeah, you did.
It used to be,
Dwayne Wayne. Was it Dwayne Wayne?
what the fuck was it?
Educated black man.
Right. Oh, that was some stuff he came up with.
That shit was kind of hard though, like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Pause. I did, you know.
All right.
I hooked him up. I was
flexible
gonna say I did him right.
It's a lot of flexible energy rolling around here.
Super pause on that, man. Oh shit! Oh man, I think we got a good little situation.
What number is this? 82.
82.
Who's famous at 82?
82 gang Bulls season. That's all I got
John
for you.
Taylor, right?
72 and 10. That's
This
all I got
boy
for you.
here, 82 games. Everybody's season is 82.
It is, but I put the Bulls on it.
Just
you know
the
what I mean?
goddamn.
I'm in red right now.
I'm rolling with Penny on this one, dog.
That's fine. It happened.
No, what's his name? John Taylor from the 49ers, right?
No clue.
He was a receiver. He was cold. He was the opposite of Jerry Rice, but he was a dog.
What number was Steve Largent?
Largent? I think he was 88.
He was a cold white boy to receiver.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Stud on Tecmo Bowl
Was
too.
it Dallas?
Seattle.
Seattle. Yeah, I think he was 80 something.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know no other.
Anything y'all want to talk about for your week, or we just getting right into the episode? Anything special?
What happened
Of course.
this week?
Oh, okay. Well, we'll start with AB on the far left.
It's a long week. Glad it's over with. We laid Lanaya to rest Saturday. It's a beautiful service. I want to thank Father Flegler. Okay. Very kind words for Saints of Binding community for all they did. And they did a lot for all they did. Governor State for their support. Simeon, the class of 2001, for their support.
Dope.
All our friends and family came out and represented. And, you know, they have a stigma about us when I say us, I mean black folks, you know, whether you're part of it or not, they group you together. At a funeral, you're going to do the most and act most fucked up. Man, everybody was cool. Everybody was respectful, man. It was just hard seeing everybody cry. I'm not a crier at all. My eyes were full, like they're about to tilt over. They were, you know what I'm saying? About to just spill out. But it was beautiful, man. That was it. It was just beautiful. That was it. I'm glad
I saw
that's
some
over.
pictures from that. That was actually really dope. Excuse me.
Okay.
That's a rest in peace, man. It's just silence, man. That's crazy.
Oh, Marion in the building.
Touch.
It was good, man. It was good. It's over with, you know. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, nothing actually too crazy this week. Just had, I'm back at half days, which is great.
How long is that lasting? Wow.
Till the end of January right now.
Okay.
I am petitioning for this to continue.
For eternity.
Well, I mean, to be quite well, yes, would not be mad at that. But I think there's a couple of quick things that just have to like. So one, students' focus is better in shorter classrooms. That's one.
Facts. Those two shit.
And since now all the classrooms happen before quote unquote what would be lunch, because that's the main reason for doing it, so that you don't have kids all in one room taking their masks off, because the way this shit is spreading, it's spreading way faster, right? So the main focus on that is that. But 37-minute classes, in some cases, is not long enough, but students are now going to get used to this cycle.
That's plenty.
No, I'm saying, but if you're working with diverse learners, if you're working in a space where, students need more
when you say diverse, meaning that they don't retain information.
They don't learn the same way.
Yeah. Okay. Just diverse learners. They learn very different ways,
way.
and at different paces, right? So in that case, 37 minutes is not a lot, right? But in most cases, you can get through certain concepts and expectations in 37 minutes. But the issue is this: students are going to be reacclimated to this schedule, which is kind of like the virtual schedule during Zoom. It was only 3 hours a day. And then you're going to push them back into these 62-minute, 55-minute, 53-minute classes.
That's way too long.
Students are going to be like real lethargic. You're going to struggle to get them to reinvest. So I don't know. I'm of the mindset that this could be a great opportunity to show that the school day, the 8-hour school day as it's built, is not necessary. The issue is, of course, with parents who have kids in school who need those kids to be somewhere. So I think that the second half of the day...
The school stays open and go to recess.
And not recess. But I do think one of the teachers, man, I love this guy. He's a very smart guy. He said that we should create a space for teachers who have different interests, right? So like I DJ or I podcast or whatever. That should be the second half of the day, should be an opportunity for us as adults who also have other interests outside of teaching. Like
workshops, really.
One of my guys of chess, he's a big guy on chess.
So he should teach chess.
Or just have an opportunity to invite kids to come and learn things about that,
right?
What
do they label that as?
Enrichment. It's enrichment learning. Now, I think also when you talk about it's also somewhat vocational, right? So CVS was a whole vocational school. Its whole basis was for them to be able to learn a trade.
The trades, yeah.
So I think
Lane Tech as well.
So I think the same way. I think that we have. All of us as teachers, I promise you, all of us have other interests and other avenues that we're involved in. And so it just seems like it would be a great opportunity to take advantage of what we now have technologically that we didn't have 20 years ago. And so being able to bring kids to a space and actually learn these things, I think that's my vote. But I don't think I'm going to...
That makes lots of sense, though.
It's going to be hard to sell that one in the middle of the year anyway.
Well, in that same vein, man, CPS students walked out of school over
a couple
COVID.
hundred.
Concerns. The young lady that she spoke very eloquently, and she was only a freshman.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have thought that from.
I think it's called Shy Rad. It's an organization, Chicago's radical something AD.
Stop naming everything, okay? Just do it.
Well, you have to have a name for your organization.
Shy Rad.
But I think what the biggest thing about that I thought was really important was the concept that, and they were 100% right. All this conversation about school and in-person and virtual and all of this, nobody's asking students at all, right? And so their point was, we weren't asked at all what we thought. Nobody asked us.
Yeah, no one.
Absolutely, because if you're debating over their safety, they're the ones whose learning is going. Look, I'm getting paid no matter what.
I see what you're saying though, and I know where you're going. But they are also the same. They are all. I cannot talk. They are also the same kids that cannot wait to go to someone's gathering for their friends.
No, that's fine.
No. If you can do that, but you can have your ass in school.
But the problem is you're trying to make two different things like a part of the same conversation. That's separate.
Agreed.
What I'm saying
I don't
is
think so.
Different, bro.
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between kids who are following guidelines and not. What I'm saying is
not what I'm talking about
they brought up. What they brought up
choices
was that all of these meetings with teachers unions, principals, etc., are happening with them not being a part of the conversation, and that, to me, that is a valid point. Students at this age in high school. Now, if we're talking second, third grade, yeah, I'm not asking a third grader, but at the high school level, we're training them to be leaders. We're training them to be a part of this. We want them to be engaged. They should at least be there to speak in some capacity of what they feel students. That's why they walked out.
Right,
they walked out because there was enough students that said, we want to have a voice here.
I believe if you give any 14 to 17-year-old high school student the opportunity to not be in school, 100% of the time they're going to say, I don't want to be in school.
Totally disagree with that.
I don't agree, but
they are bored to shit at home. None of these kids, when they polled these kids about virtual learning, dude, they, like 87% of the students said, I would much rather be in person.
In the city or in the suburbs, charter?
This was Chicago. This was the whole Chicagoland area. Right. They want to be one. Think about this again. High school is where you develop your identity. It's where you identify
social skills.
You identify who you are. You assign crews. It's where you kick it, right? High school. The first days I ditched when I was in high school, I went home and was like, "This is dumb as hell. I should just be at school." But all the fun is at school, but where everybody at.
But Kende, what she said though, she says, we are walking out because no one is asking us about our COVID concerns.
She pigeonholed herself.
Exactly. No, that's the point. Nobody's asking these kids what they think.
So what she said is we would prefer to be at home learning remote.
Right now because of the virus, but overall, I'm talking
about strictly while we're talking about COVID, right?
Yeah. So I'm just saying the point is somebody should be asking students at least what they think.
That's true. I mean, Lil Dude said, I would rather be at school. Right?
Some people,
depends. You know what? You're right. I do agree with you. For the most part, man, ask the kids what they want because we are training them to be the future, the leaders of the new world, whether you're black, white, red, yellow, brown, what the fuck ever. Here's my issue or my concern, not even an issue. Here's my concern. You came by Square, you came by Liquor Yet, you still a minor, you still have a provider making your choices for you. Okay, so, but it's funny as well. Yeah, okay. It's funny as well, too, though, that the city is pushing back against the teachers, and now the students that these teachers are teaching, they are both citing concerns over the virus. But everybody wants to overlook that. Everybody can't be wrong. The majority, rarely is the majority wrong, bro. You know what I'm saying? But my problem is, hey, you are not old if your mind's still developing. I know you want a voice. Your heart may be in the right place, but your mind might not be developed enough to make a rational choice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the walk out the bitch all you want to.
I mean, I don't think the teachers now. The teachers now are walking out.
I don't think you. Well, that's union, but I don't think you. And they actually came to an agreement.
It's all for safety, though.
Okay. I don't think that you give them a vote in the final decision.
Of course not.
You just let them be heard.
I think you give them an opportunity.
You talked about that before, right?
Well, because I've been in a classroom where I've told students this, and this, and never even thought about asking them their own thoughts on it. And then when they did start wearing in their thoughts, I start thinking like, damn, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even pay attention to that. Like, yes, it's Paulo Freire, who is talked about a lot right now. He's liberation education.
Right.
That guy, his whole point was the problem with the education system is that we dictate to students. We don't ask students what they know.
But that goes back to the conversation we had some episodes ago when we're talking about parenting, right?
Okay.
Do we dictate or do we have an open forum with our children? It's the same thing.
You have a relationship and communicate with them children. Okay. This is what's funny to me. You see in the NBA now, what are players doing when they don't get their way?
Piss them on,
and they're voicing their opinion by sitting out James Harden and Ben Simmons. Now, this is not the first time kids have walked out this year. My thinking is, well, not even a concern, but I'm thinking like this: is this going to become a thing? Now, anytime you want, your way, or you disagree with something, it's going to become a thing. And then, but where one side pushes, the other side pushes back. So how will the teachers push back now? You can't just keep having this. At some point, you got to have control over the situation. The adults have to be adults in the situation. So I don't know the answer to that shit, but I'm just
saying. Unless I read the article wrong, I think it said that they came to a safety agreement. The teachers union and the schools, that's why the students walked out, because after the teachers had walked out, then they came to an agreement with the school, and then the students said, well, wait a minute, we don't feel some right way. So I think that the teachers and the adults are all in agreement.
I mean, it sounds like, children are just like, hey, no one's paying attention to me. I have a voice. Actually, you don't.
Your kids do that at home, though, don't they?
Exactly.
I mean, every major, this is Martin Luther King Day that we're shooting this on. Every major change in society started with a large group of students doing exactly what they did. When we look at that video of the marches in Selma and all that, that was a lot of students. That was a lot of college kids. That was a lot of
college kids, young adults.
In high school. No, don't get it twisted. In Alabama, high schools across the city like all left and organized
you're right.
among themselves. Like, that's what I'm saying. Youth movements are generally the movements that push the envelope. So yeah,
well, shout out to you.
He mentioned Martin Luther King Day. This is just the day, not his actual birthday. Okay, let's get it right.
Facts.
That was like what, a couple days ago?
Yeah, the 15th.
Look, I'm very, very, very happy about an event coming up at the UC, man. I missed my opportunity back in the day, but the McDonald's.
You gonna try to be the Benny the Bull mascot?
Here you go.
Boy,
McDonald's.
You could definitely be Benny the Bull.
Oh, he's reaching.
Benny be out there twerking.
He's reaching.
Amon ain't twerking, dog. Benny be out there twerking that shit.
Definitely could be Benny.
The McDonald's All-American
Game
game is back in Chicago, right? And I'm happy about that, man.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I ain't hear you.
The McDonald's All-American game?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, anything related to basketball
game.
You forget about it. But yeah, so I'm definitely going to this game. I'll have floor seats. I might even coach, to be honest with you.
Why you happy about that though? About the game coming back?
You mean all the shit he just lied about?
I just gonna look over all that shit.
He just kicked.
Well, it hasn't been here in quite some time, right? And
where was it at before? When did they stop it?
I think it just stopped because of COVID, maybe.
Yeah, I don't
it was like 2017. It was
because McDonald's
whoever,
headquarters is here. That's why they always hold it here.
Again, it hasn't been here in 5 years. Is what I'm telling you.
5 years? That doesn't seem accurate.
I don't know if I'm happy about it. I mean, it's cool. It brings the city revenue, which I don't see none of that revenue, so I don't kind of give a fuck. But if you want to see a bunch of entitled, young
athletes,
overachieving motherfuckers that's being gifted and given everything their talent is giving them and looking forward to being used by sharks and agents of future, yeah, attend this game.
Again, it hasn't been here since 2017.
Lone Day receiving goods.
Are the Johnson boys in it? I know they in it.
Oh, shout out to Jerry Johnson, man, and Jelani and Javon, I believe. They have been killing.
Yeah, that West game. Good. Man, I was mad I couldn't make that game. Rivalry game against West.
It'd be cool if they was there though. That'd be cool as fuck.
I mean, one of them got to be top recruit.
Well, they're both. Here's the thing. I don't know if they're a year apart or if they're twins. I gotta call a double. But they are ranked in the state at this point. You know, definitely top.
Well, yeah,
top
I mean,
the city.
That's Proviso East.
But here was dope, right?
What was y'all highest ranking?
How that feels.
What was y'all highest ranking that year?
I'm not sure.
No,
I'm not sure.
What was okay? What's the number you do remember?
Maybe 21.
Okay, so at one point y'all was 21 in the state.
21 or something like that.
What was y'all final record that year?
He about to get on some petty shit. Don't.
I'm not. I'm actually asking these questions.
27 maybe. 27 and something maybe.
Yeah.
27 and something.
And maybe
so like
8,
4 probably.
8 or 7. 27 and 7 maybe.
Okay. Who'd y'all lose to?
OPR was ranked at the tournament.
Yeah.
Corey Little at Addison Trail.
No, he wasn't at Addison Trail.
Corey Little was at Addison Trail.
Who was at Fenwick?
You talk about Corey Maggette, sir.
Corey Maggette.
You know what I'm saying?
Corey Maggette.
We lost to Nick Irvin, Marcel O'Neal, Casey Tanner, Carver,
Brian from Oak Park.
Yeah.
That went to Oregon. Yeah.
We lost to them. We lost to what's my man Deerfield, Ryan
Hogan,
bro.
Oh,
that
Ryan
white
Hogan.
boy was shooting from the moon. They cheated us to death in that game. To death.
That was the racist game of my life.
We couldn't wait to get back on that bus and leave.
Gotcha.
For real, over a basketball game. You petty motherfuckers. Now bring up old memories now. You know what I'm saying? Wow.
Yeah, but no, they're back in Chicago, man. So I think again, that's a good thing, man.
We lost to Yende and Prasa.
We split that series though.
Home, but we beat them for the division crown at Prasa.
There are no.
Shout out to Allende, man.
There are no Illinois nominees for the McDonald's.
There's a lot.
Oh no, this is East. My bad. This ain't the Midwest region. My bad. Anyway,
wouldn't surprise me.
No, it would definitely surprise me.
If they're not there this year,
not have a
they
Chicago,
should be that song.
Fucking crazy.
From Johnson boys.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the
Johnson. That song. Look, we speaking that shit into existence. And y'all working it into existence.
Yeah, them boys. And before we leave that,
the mighty
I saw the clip.
Pirates.
Whoever did the article, they put up Jerry Johnson's
I saw that his 20 when he was in high school at West, because he went to West.
Yeah, right. He went to West, so he dunked on somebody with an and one.
Yeah,
and it was like, Jerry Johnson, D1 recruit, all American, whatever.
That's dope.
And now his sons, you know what I mean? That's dope. Like,
shout out to Double J, man.
Hey, Cameron, you want to play on the fucking iPad all day, huh? Okay. All right, man.
Now we need to get Cameron on the football field on the defensive line acts. Like,
hey, did y'all realize that your boy Van Dyke is about to get out of jail?
I did.
Oh my God!
Like, he's done that time that quick.
I called it.
It was 3 years, right?
I called it when they locked him up and moved him again. And I say they try to lose this motherfucker in the system. Ain't none of this shit gonna stick. None of it's gonna stick, bro.
He only had 3 years. Like, it wasn't.
Man, no, I think it was 8.
I don't know. I feel like it was. It was
300. I believe it was
303 or something like that.
What was it? 381 months? Or 86 months?
I don't give a fuck about looking at that shit. Whatever it is, it's too soon. You know, I hear my colleagues crying every day about Kim Fox, who they've racially named Crimesha. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and they
race.
Underground groups and shit. That's fucked up.
White boys.
Yeah, they did that. They do that. But you got a lot of brothers and sisters getting on the case too, though, because
they gave her a whole Isha name.
Crimesha. I'm looking like, dude, she doing the same shit the good old boys do. Before, while the good old boys are doing, y'all mad because a sister and a woman is doing. So y'all gender biased and y'all race biased. It's really called racist. But these other criminals get out. They get out and y'all complain. They get out for shooting somebody, murdering somebody. They be on parole and kill somebody else. Y'all complain. This motherfucking murderer get out. And y'all happy, y'all clapping, y'all for throw this motherfucker a 10-1 fund, a police fund, give him some money. Fuck his wife, fuck him. Fuck that man kids. You took somebody else's baby away. Somebody with a mental illness had to go. Now, was he acting accordingly? Was he acting right? He was fucked up in the mind at the time when it happened, though. But fam, you had 29 damn officers in front of you. You get out your car, the 30th car, and decide you gonna see if your guns still work.
Right.
You have a little target practice that fucking day. Bro, he should be rotting that motherfucker. He should be rotting in jail.
Yeah,
he should be a shining example. Jail pop is what you made for. You should be getting fucked. Drop it over getting fucked, dude.
It definitely seems like he went, when we talk about excessive force versus use of force, he definitely went excessive. How many times do you need to shoot one person with a knife?
The ground was jumping. Exactly. Was still down.
Exactly. He was literally laying on the ground, completely incapacitated, knife far away, right? And he just keep catching bullets. Yeah, that shit
pisses me
I mean,
off.
I'll say this.
And that same. Go ahead.
The mom might want to watch his back though when he come out here. And I'm just saying that on the strength that like these young boys, they don't honor the shield like that. They don't see the police as some type of protected entity and shit like that. These little homies, they ain't feeling that. So he might need to stay clean.
In that same conversation, there's a local community activist that is asking the local 231 and 229, I believe, a CTA, to shut down for 16 days when he gets out.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
What's his reasoning though?
Well, 16 shots, 16 days.
I may be wrong with the local numbers, but
why those lines?
Yeah, maybe because where he's from and where
51st is where it happened. It happened on 51st.
Okay, so whatever that local number is,
old district.
He's asking them. Shut CTA down for 16 days.
You got to think like this as well, too, though. If people are really upset, the activist is talking about a shutdown. What about people want to tear this bitch up again? And the petty motherfuckers don't need nothing but any little reason to light this bad boy on fire again.
I feel
what I'm saying?
Unfortunately, the way the attention span seems to play out these days, I don't think that that people are going to respond that way. I think that when I saw it, when you sent it to me, quite honestly, it wasn't something that was on my radar. It was like, oh shit, that happens. Okay, I think most people.
Well, they're gonna hit that Burberry store again. I know that they got hit again. So Burberry keep
funding the hood,
keep funding the hood, and keep sending the inventory because they own that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
oh shit. And I forgot to give a huge shout out to Kiefer Sykes, man, out of Marshall.
Yeah, that was dope.
Stepped in. 10-day, I believe. I'm not sure, but I believe he
hung around.
I think he's up for one more because I think he got to get 3 10 days before they sign for the rest of the season. But he came out the gate 22 points, 5 assists. Yeah, getting busy.
West side.
And again, out of Marshall, he actually when he got drafted,
I think he joined the Gators' nephew too.
Okay, I think so. He had his own hoop dreams thing that was on Amazon Prime, dope little movie or whatever. He went overseas, D League. Took him about 6 years.
He been everywhere, bro.
I was gonna say he's not a young cat, right?
He about 47.
Nah, ain't that
46 then. 46.
He for real. When did he come out?
He's 42.
He's 25 tops,
yeah,
right?
Ain't that.
What? Tops.
Yeah.
We definitely got the same birthday.
Out of Chicago State, right?
Right.
I'm bullshitting.
With a 47-inch vertical. Let's be clear though, that boy's nice. That boy's nice. And
he's how tall is he again?
He did some kind of like
5'10" with Tim Zone. You know what I'm talking about?
Match up then what?
Oh, it's trouble for me. It's trouble for me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Gonna jump over
I'm
your
not
shoulder.
going to lie to you.
No, he did like a workshop or something like the other day, right? He pulled up at a spot and was hosting.
Just gave out a coat drive at Marshall.
Right.
You know what I mean? So shout out to Keeper, man. I'm proud of you, boy.
Definitely need coats out west. All we wear is hoodies.
The other Black Excellence was that sister. What was it?
We haven't even gotten there yet.
Oh, my bad. Ain't that normally at the beginning of the show? Like,
what show have you been on for the last 82?
This one, motherfucker? Like, how do you ask that question?
I'm just saying, how do you even say that? As he takes a deep breath. Anyway, so all you cats that have student loans, they're supposed to
keep praying that it's
never going to happen. It's never going to. No, okay. So this is Navient, right? To cancel $1.7 billion in student loans. That's not Sally Mae. I've never gotten a Navient loan. You know what I mean?
Oh, there you
I
go.
don't know who Navient is. Is that a white people loan agency?
Yeah, what is
you got
Navient?
one of those. You went to the white people schools. Oh, no, you went to HBCU. Yeah. Right.
But Navient is, I guess, it's a subsidiary of maybe Sally Mae or just another
Whatever, right?
Another way to get money, right?
It's another loan office.
Yeah. So they can cancel them shits. Well, nobody paying them back. You gonna pay Sally Mae before you pay Navient.
You say you're going to pay them back? No way. It just shows you how, to me,
Did you have any
thought
student
process. I play ball.
Yeah.
Right. Did you have any student loans?
I was rich.
Boy, you fool.
Yeah, I didn't have any student loans.
It just shows you how, man.
Inept.
It's all good, man.
Something they want you.
No.
It shows you the importance of education, man, or the lack of importance of it. I'm not gonna shit on education like I always do because you want to be able to function and communicate with the rest of the world, talk, count your money, simple shit like that, man, and have something on your resume to put out there where you compete against others that aren't like you or maybe like you, and something has to set you apart. But to me, I looked at this predatory lending, which is all it was. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna describe everything I read or knew beforehand. It's like, Joe, how you gonna make something you say is good for me damage me for years to come?
For life.
For years to come.
For
Some
life.
people never pay that shit back, man. It shows you the day. I'm not gonna say what day is because you can't even find they ain't got no address, no phone number, no IG account, no
Right,
Google.
dude, it's the 1600 South West Pennsylvania,
Right.
DC,
Joe,
it's the White House.
Every level of life is set up for somebody to benefit off you. And if they can take advantage of you somehow, some kind of way, they'll do that shit, man. They'll do that shit. Hey, man, I see it.
Yeah, the student loan thing is interesting, man. I had no idea how many people.
I don't think that's the government either. It's not the government.
It's not.
Yeah,
it's the government in the sense that the government won't.
Paying a college for you to go there.
Right.
Well, and state-funded universities. So if you go to a Illinois or Illinois State or Indiana State, that they get federal funding,
Nut State.
right? And so that comes from tax dollars, etc.
Yeah.
So there's part of why, but so those salaries, I mean those tuitions, are set much higher than what they might need to be if they weren't federally funded. Right?
Predatory.
So then that's when you need to get these loans, right? Now, what's interesting to me about the loan thing, though, is like, you know, I got a lot of family and friends in education. And so there's a double-sided argument. I know a lot of people that are earning six-figure salaries right now with those same loans. They got $80,000 in loans.
You do know me.
Currently earning six-figure salaries, right? Mm-hmm. So what that says is over the 15-year period of that loan or whatever, they will have made the money that, you know, it was worth it. The problem is that you have students going to college who don't know that they want to go to college, have no idea what they want to do in college. They've been forced by their parents. They're not even being forced. It's that there's, what other option do you have?
It's expected of you. It's taught. You're conditioned to think you need college to succeed.
Yeah, I mean, and that narrative is changing. A lot of places are focusing on students, like we even talked in the same office. Like a lot of people are focusing on, well, you can learn a trade. Mm-hmm. You can learn a way to make business, make money.
You can sell
your own
drugs.
business, right?
Well, you can sell ass.
That's not a part of it. It's not a part of the college counselor conversation, I'm sure.
That's a real thing. You strip.
You get Burberry too.
Yeah.
But you can.
Sell their products.
But I'm just saying all that to say again, there's definitely a larger number, I think, of students. There's maybe not larger, but there's a large number of students who go to college within 1 year, 2 years, they're out, and now they owe this $20,000.
Oh, they right arm.
And they don't come from a space to be able to really do that. They're not earning the income. Their first entry level job, they might be making like $17 an hour. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a big conversation about how we who do we encourage to take the loan to go to college? If you're going to take a loan so that you can enroll in law school, there's a value on the return on that, right? You're enrolling in medical school, value on the return. If you're enrolling in fucking city colleges,
don't do that, dog.
Liberal arts situation.
Don't do that, man.
I'm just saying.
What if you go in there? What if you go in there so you can get back into the university, right?
See, and I say this to everybody I talk to about college, especially students. I should not have gone to a university fresh out of high school. I had the GPA.
I told you.
I had the intellect. I had the scholarship. The only reason I went is because I didn't have to pay. And my dad was a professor of a state college, so I got a discount, right? So like my tuition bill was nothing. I was able to work. I was do a work study job, took care of that, right?
Right.
But I also failed out of UIC because I didn't know what the hell I was doing as a student. I was on some whole other shit.
You enjoy
I went
life.
to junior college.
He had long hair, don't care, man. Braid it up.
I was definitely on that. But I went to junior college for a year and then discovered what I really wanted to do, right? So I think that for a lot of students, we need to be focusing on that junior college system. Go somewhere where it's a low financial risk.
In Chicago, if you have a 3.0 or better, you can go for the free throw.
But I'm not. But those are the people that struggle with paying loans back. 3.0 qualify for Pell Grants. They qualify for all these other.
You can go to a junior college in Chicago if you graduate with 3.0. That's all I'm saying.
Joe,
for the free throw.
But the people that got these
for 2 years who
2.1
who can't afford to go.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? To
if they cancel
university,
if they cancel $1.7 billion in debt,
that's because anybody's paying
this is just easy work for my mind. They're not making shit right for the people that got taken advantage of.
No,
they're not making shit right for them at all. So really, you're doing nothing.
Well, loans
this
come
leads
from
to the topic
banks.
Later on. We might possibly talk about for the topics. Actually, it leads us to that. I ain't gonna say what it is, but you're not doing shit for them people, Joe. You just saying you don't owe me, but now your credit shot. You didn't get furniture from Airman's.
Aaron's.
All this shit. Yeah, no, look here. It's hard. It's hard living.
What's that? North Avenue and Grand?
Joe, all that shit. Cook Brothers. You talking about Cook Brothers? Cook Brothers. Joe, you done got this shit on some kind of crazy ass credit program bank shit, and you struggle paying that shit back because your credit was a fucking 450. Now they canceling the debt that you owe because half of that's from school, and you defaulted on that shit. Joe, what the fuck you gonna do? What's they gonna do for you?
I don't know what that had to do with it.
Well, loans at all. It ain't doing shit about that, bro.
Because
yes, possibly.
In the collection game, Sally Mae was a winner, right? We had Navient as a client, bro. Click. Because we couldn't garnish them, we couldn't, take their taxes, none of that, right? But you got that Sally Mae loan, they picking up that joint.
I think there's always, you got to understand, loans are based on banking, and certain banks.
It's a third party loan.
Yeah, and so there could be a potential benefit for the group of people that run that particular company. There could be a benefit for them relieving this, because normally people don't say, stop giving me money.
And some people getting like $585 back.
Oh, they're sending money back to people? I thought they were just, I ain't never had a student loan, so I ain't never involved in these conversations.
That's so fucking stupid.
Bro, you got 10 years of schooling. How did you?
I told you, man, I'm a smart man. Smart man. I didn't have a credit card until 2 years ago.
We had that conversation. Yeah. All right, it works.
Got my first credit card recently. No bullshit. Spending basketball money.
Do you guys still have cable? Like, you still paying for cable services?
I'm not paying. It comes with the building.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I got cable.
I'm only asking because
$340 a month.
Because that is trash.
$340?
I got Playboy.
It's the internet.
I got Tinder.
That's ridiculous.
I got Trap TV. You know what I'm saying?
$340.
I got all the What Would Jesus Do channels. You know what I'm saying? With Billy Swaggart, Joyce Meyer, all that. Peter Popoff. They all on that, bro.
Hey, Peter Popoff too funny, man. With the dollar water, bro. The dollar water too funny, man.
All that, man.
Peter Popoff, man. You winning out here, man.
793 channels,
Reverend
all in
Dollar.
5K HD. I watch 5 channels, bro.
All right.
ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN3, ESPN News.
So, is it worth?
Playboy channel.
Is it worth still continuing to pay Netflix because they're going up?
Oh well, yeah.
How often do we watch Netflix?
Well, somebody said that.
How good is their products right now?
Somebody said that if you stream TV and you get all the packages, that contain all the channels you like and things you like to watch, it's gonna be about the same as your cable bill anyway.
Well,
I never did the math, so I don't know.
I disagree. If you get a Fire Stick, right, you have access to everything. You get that bitch jailbroke, $250, $300, $150, depending on who you know, right?
So you committed a crime, you're telling us. Okay.
Statute of limitations, A. B, I don't have one.
He said
I don't have
statute.
one. Now,
Statute of jail, goddamn it. You better stop playing with these people.
if you do have that, right, then you don't need a Netflix, you don't need a Hulu, you don't need any of that. Then you also have web
cable.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
All
Why?
that shit
Because the
don't
shit
come
that's
on,
on
bro.
Hulu,
Yeah.
Netflix, and all that is not on cable.
You see, you weren't listening.
Joe, all that shit ain't on there.
You're listening with a
It's
different
not.
ear. Do you have a Fire Stick? Have you ever listened?
I got 2 of them. I ain't never even use them.
I've had them jailbroke, all that. I get
committed
it.
a crime
What I'm
too?
saying is,
Why y'all trying to go to jail today, bro?
You're talking about
You and the PPP people in the same cell.
production companies that make. So Netflix produces the Chappelle series. You're not going to get that on cable. Netflix produces that.
See, you missed the transition. The only reason I asked, were you still paying for cable? Because is it important to you to still pay for these separate apps?
If you don't have cable, yes.
Hulu,
But you said that you could get it all on cable if you didn't have.
no,
these
I said
apps.
you can get it all on the Fire Stick. Yes, you
Oh,
can. Yes, you
well,
can.
yeah, you can get on a Fire Stick for so long, and then you need to update, and then I mean, like that shit is that's.
All right, so at the
It's
end of the
your
day,
money.
are y'all mad if
It's your money,
Netflix
do what
going
you
up?
wanna do.
Because
No,
all
who
right,
gives a
well, I'm changing my password.
Well,
you can no
Netflix
longer
comes with my
get
cable
in.
package, though.
Huh?
Netflix comes with my cable package.
That's interesting.
No, Netflix is not
I
part of
didn't
your
know that
cable
was a
package.
thing. I doubt that.
No.
How the
like
fuck you
saying-
tell what the fuck I pay for?
That's like saying
It comes with your smart
it's like saying
TV.
Blockbuster, like
right, it
Netflix
comes with your smart
comes with a
TV.
Blockbuster
It's not part of your cable, bro. It's not part. If you,
Yeah. Maybe it does. I don't know. I don't live in your house, and you live on the west side. It's all kind of weird shit.
I go to work and do nothing all night to spend this money on Xfinity, okay? I know what the fuck I'm paying
Oh,
for.
so it might come with Xfinity. Netflix might come with Xfinity. Yeah.
I have Xfinity.
Yeah.
But
You have
anyway,
Hulu?
No,
Say
I
it
don't.
again.
I have
Xfinity?
RCN. Shout out to RCN, man. It's very
RC Cola?
yeah. They're doing a great job.
RCN.
In Chicago. I'm so glad I don't have
Rich
to fuck with
colored
AT&T.
Negroes.
AT&T can go.
That's not it.
You know, it's crazy. I just realized
RCN.
I live right. Never mind. I almost gave away my address. Anyway, don't fuck with AT&T at all. Thank God I don't have to do business with them anymore. Never really rocked with Comcast. They just seem like, hustlers and crooks. So yeah, RCN. Shout out to RCN.
in this
Stanford, though.
I don't care. Regional
I said
communications
recycled
network.
cable
Rich
network.
colored Negroes.
Yep, sure.
I like that too.
Yeah.
All of it works.
Y'all channels you got.
All right, so in the spirit of MLK, I came across an article, and the title said, could a 54-year-old civil rights law be revived? And they were talking about the FHA loan and how it basically is a racist situation, right? And
Like much stuff made back in the day.
exactly. So they're still talking about that. And again, MLK Day, not his birthday, MLK Day. So all y'all that's off today, thank MLK. I guess put up a post, whatever. But what goes on in real estate is crazy, and how they keep us out, and they find ways to continuously keep us out, right? So I thought it was interesting that after 54 years that this particular law is still relevant now, and it still determines where I live, where you live, right? Or where you want to live. These things are still prevalent and can keep you out of certain areas, even if you have the money or the capital to go there. So I just want to know, what are your thoughts there? Like, because they're saying, man, this should be changed. Obviously, it should.
Wait, what's the law again?
Oh, God, this is what happens. Okay, the Fair Housing Act, okay? It's a law that promised to not only stop unjust discrimination, but also reverse decades of government-created segregation.
Right, the reason why that's important is 'cause, like, they don't get the show run, right?
Okay, for sure. All right. That was a good flip. I like how you did that.
You've been an asshole.
That was a good
I'm
flip.
fucking around. They're pretty dope, yeah.
So you're asking, your question is?
My question is, obviously, it needs to change, and it's been in place for 54 years, right? And it kind of stemmed from MLK and what he was doing with his movement back then. And
Right, so he came to, Martin Luther King came to Chicago specifically to highlight segregation.
He stayed out west.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was outside.
Was it outside?
It was in Marquette Park. Yeah, it was like on 60.
It was 60 something? Okay, I'm not here to argue.
But
I felt like it was.
and he might have been in the
Lawndale,
Lawndale area too.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely was.
All right, so we're both right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You hate that.
I know he got hit in the head with a bottle in Marquette Park during that weekend. That I'm aware
Not
of.
Martin Luther King, okay? Not him.
Right.
Okay.
But I guess what I'm saying, so that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the fact that Chicago has a history of redlining, which is during the migration from the South, black people want to move to Chicago for jobs and opportunities and away from all that Jim Crow shit down there.
Right.
And they're told they can only live in the South Side, basically.
Right. South Side, West Side.
And that's been going on. Well, at that time, the West Side was not an option. It was only the South Side because the West Side was Jewish and Italian.
Huge Jewish community.
So, it wasn't until later when they started the housing projects that they built on the West Side that they started putting black folks over there. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, some of the things we find out when you study government programs that are designed to help black people, you find out that white people have found out how to commandeer that benefit first.
Commandeer, good shot.
It doesn't actually benefit black people the same way.
Right.
So like, perfect example is this new law last year about weed dispensaries, marijuana dispensaries.
Oh, yeah.
And how the whole law, the whole vote was about making sure that this money was allocated to people who are from black, brown neighborhoods to own dispensaries. And we still don't have...
work that way. Right. It didn't work that way.
So, reading this book about black banks, same thing. A lot of these initiatives that came out.
That's the same book you've been reading too.
Yeah. All these initiatives that came out that were specifically designed to help and support black banks ended up being taken advantage of by white bankers and had the opposite effect, right? So do I think it's still necessary? Yes, because we still have very segregated housing practices in Chicago. It's never changed. It just looks different and sounds different. But physically, you look at the city, it's still super segregated. As far as how do you make it benefit the people that it was meant to, that's a different conversation.
My answer is just yes, man. A lot of things that took place and were formulated or created back in the day need to change. Those people a lot of times are no longer active participants in the community or in those lanes, or they might even be alive. I ain't trying to be funny or fucked up. They might even be alive, dog. You know what I'm saying? And the generations that are here now don't act, think, or work the same way, and may not even want the same thing that was wanted back when. But with something like this, man, you got to actually do what's right overtly, not behind the scenes, because now people aren't stupid. They aren't just taking crumbs when they see the whole cracker. These motherfuckers going, if you don't give them the cracker, they're going to take the whole motherfucking cracker. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about white people. I'm talking about the actual cracker. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's immoral for governments. No, it is. It's immoral for governments to erect barriers that exclude
you dirtbag
people that look like us, right? At the end of the day. And they're not only
governments pass laws that are designed not to do that, but then individual practitioners carry out the prejudice and the discrimination.
Exactly.
The government's law,
and they're not even allowing you to build in certain areas. Not even live, but build.
If it wasn't written a certain way, those smart people would know, hey, I can take this. You know what I'm saying, and use it for me, even though it's meant for them.
Well, it's also the fact that they already are captains of that industry. So again, with the black banking argument, at the time that they were establishing black banks, it was actually a black woman who had one of the first black banks in America, Maddie something or another. I can't remember her name right now. But I'm just saying, they are already in banking, and so this law gets passed. They already know how to tweak it. It's the people that the law is written for who have the learning curve. They're the ones that have to learn, like, oh shit, well, they writing this law for real estate. I need to learn about real estate. And by the time you figure it out, the people that already know about it have already, there was a great story. There's a brother out of Chicago named,
McKinday?
I'm a blank on his name. Nope. African cat.
McKinday.
No. He had a bank, real estate company, insurance company. He was dope. Everybody knows Banga. I think his name was Banga. Yeah, Benga. This dude figured out that when he was sending white people to do the showings at the properties on like North Side or whatever the case may be, and so he was getting a better. And the whole time he owned the property, right? He was getting a better rate and a better price for those properties, right? And then when he was hiring contractors, it was the same thing. He consistently used white people as his front men. He had the first black-owned bank in Chicago.
There was a movie about that too.
And maybe State, somewhere in that area. But yeah, so I mean, again, I think that You have to already know about the industry to take advantage of any of these programs, period, point blank. If you don't know and you're learning about it, your learning curve is far enough that somebody who's already there is going to figure that out.
That's like the old saying go, bro. A speech will only reach you, if you know something about it already. So
that's a saying, or does that sound like some shit you just made up?
No, it's a saying.
Actually, I like that one.
Speech will only reach you if you...
Yeah, I paraphrase it a bit, but speech is reaching people.
See, that's the part about a saying. It's got to be verbatim, doesn't it?
Put that on a shirt. Speech is what? One more time?
Like, you don't say fat meat is kind of particularly greasy. You say fat meat is greasy, right? Like
Next nigga say something while I'm talking.
I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I don't.
That's the same.
Can I hear it again, please?
What? Speeches only reach you if you know something about it already. It reaches those that know something about it already.
That's not a saying.
That's not what you said.
That's exactly what you said. Yeah, it's just not a saying.
Rewind the tape, man. Stop playing with me out here, man.
Right.
A speech will only reach you if you already know something about it, man. Come on now. Are we okay? Do I get a B or a C for that? D, F?
No, I like it.
I have days now, Professor.
I like it. Put it on a shirt.
It's just not a saying. Nobody's ever said
I'm going to look it up, Friday. I'm going to send it to you. And if I do, you edit the show, put it on the fucking show.
I will. I will put that in there.
All right, man. Shout out to, actually, we're going to give Black Excellence to, obviously, Dr. Martin Luther King.
Absolutely.
But shout out to Trevor Noah. I want to play a couple clips.
Trevor Noah?
Yeah, Trevor Noah.
Okay.
I want to play a couple clips from his show. This shit was pretty fucking funny.
He funny as hell anyway.
Yeah, this shit was pretty fucking funny. I want y'all to just pay attention real quick. We're going to talk about this shit.
Today, a business in Duluth, Minnesota created controversy when promoting a sale in honor of the civil rights leader. The sign posted at the shop read, MLK Day sale, 25% off everything black. But the owner says it was just misinterpreted.
25% off everything black. He was black. He was proud. He looked good. We were celebrating that.
He looked good.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Shay Whitey? Okay.
Good.
He was black, so it's okay. We sold it black.
She was a store owner?
Yes.
Or she might have just been.
She was
a
white,
worker
right?
store. Yeah, absolutely, Shay Whitey.
Okay.
She was definitely white. It was a bad idea.
It's terrible, man.
It's very simple. Like it's
horrific.
There's easier ways to try and celebrate. You could just literally say 25% off
everything in the store.
Yeah, I mean,
so what you're doing is you're segregating your whole inventory.
I guess what I'm saying is Columbus Day. On Columbus Day, they don't give you 25% off everything white.
Or
when they celebrate any other holiday in a retail establishment, they don't. Valentine's, they don't give you 25% off anything red.
They don't.
Right? Like it was just a bad idea. Whoever
terrible,
thought that was a good idea was definitely.
This is what you get when things go unchecked for so long. All these designer brands that make these little black boys wear monkey shirts and they put these old black cartoons with big red lips or big white lips on these shirts and sell them to people and they say, oh, we didn't know. We were just doing something because it looked cute. Nah, motherfucker, you know what the fuck you was doing. You were just hoping nobody saw it, nobody caught it, or either you were hoping it garnered you attention to bring more people your way to purchase that shit that think, condone, and feel the way you feel, fam. It's simple.
Mean, it's just like I guess last week, man. Shout out to Jessica, man. Diversity and inclusion, like
right.
These conversations need to be had because I really, first of all, I don't think.
What kind of store was that anyway?
It was a clothing store,
which is even worse. But whatever, right? I really think that they think that we're stupid enough to believe that we don't know what they just did.
No, I think it's more of a they overlook. And they don't have the same. They don't have a real antenna. Yeah, I don't think they really have an antenna for how racist they are. I think that they believe, and by they I mean the general they of white people.
There you go. Say Whitey. Say it.
I think that there's just a general. I don't know. Part of their thinking that is, if I haven't directly did something racist, then I can't be racist. I think these are examples where we find
I got one more.
Wait, before you go there,
they can be racist, even if they are.
We gotta stop giving people these fucking passes, bro. No, and this bitch's explanation, she said he looked good. You call every other black person ugly? What are you fucking doing here? that excuse was trash. We gotta see through shit like that. Her rebound.
Again, I think she thought she was representing why she's not racist, and it showed that she looked good.
I heard he cheated on his wife. He could fuck me back in the day. Bitch, go ahead and say that shit.
All right, I got one more. Let's get into this one right here. Let's see here. Where we at? Hold on. This is funny. Check this out.
I believe that Gun Appreciation Day honors the legacy of Dr. King. And the truth is, I think Martin Luther King would agree with me, if he were alive today, that if African Americans had been given the right to keep and bear arms from day one of the country's founding, perhaps slavery might not have been a chapter in our history.
Man said,
what?
Man said,
what?
If you'd have given slaves guns from day one, then we wouldn't have had slavery. The guy, whoever was writing that skit on Noah's Joint, his response immediately was, how does that work? How do you take all the Africans from Africa?
Because when we got guns, we shot that bitch up.
Right, bring them here and then give them guns, like just for fun. Like, oh, this might be interesting. Like it's a Hunger Games or what's that new one that was on Netflix? Not cable.
The Asian.
Yeah.
We got guns. Nat Turner sent that bitch up. Stop playing.
I'm just saying that
Stop
was
playing.
Clearly ridiculous. That was somebody from the NRA trying to find a way to get the black vote or some type of thing. It was so stupid.
How about this? If you'd have left us alone, slavery would have been a chapter.
How about it?
Leave us the fuck alone, bro.
How about locking up Rittenhouse with an AR-47 for shooting 2 people on video? How about locking him up for the same amount of time you lock little homie off the block for the 6-shooter that he didn't even shoot yet?
How about not shooting Tamir Rice for a water gun?
How about we focus there than this idea that if you'd have given slaves, like that was the best part about it. It was like on day one, if you would have given slaves guns, why would you go through all that work of bringing these people from Africa just to give them guns to shoot back?
Down on the way over here just to your army.
Like, was this some kind of social experiment? Like, let's put the test to final. The War of the Ram was the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
So no wonder you get D's and everything. Shay Whitey.
So he don't get a pass, right?
No,
but the first chick get a pass though, kind of.
I'm not giving her a pass. I'm saying that they don't recognize their racist thoughts. They don't recognize.
I think they do, but
no, not all of them. Some of them definitely do.
We're not finna get to a deep dive.
She seemed like
at the end of the day. This is Black Excellence. It's MLK Day.
That was funny, man. That should be
super funny.
But
super funny.
Ignorant as fuck.
On some serious shit, though, I did see that Rainbow PUSH Coalition. They're trying to honor, or are honoring, MLK, Dr. Martin Luther King, with a new documentary. Now, I think that's dope. I don't know how much new footage that they have, but I'm here for it.
I mean, let them bring that out because somebody's trying to make a movie talking about his concubines or some shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
They can dust that shit, throw the shit to the birds. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You're right. They can't really sell us no new shit. How about y'all honor him by cleaning up his goddamn street in every city? Make the motherfucker
a day of no violence on MLK Day.
Man. That'd be really dope. You know what I'm saying?
That would, because we know for a fact a lot of shootings happen on that street and all over the cities. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, man, I think, you cannot put a value on what Martin Luther King did. It's easy for us in 2022 to have this conversation like it don't matter, but you got to think about that time. No, but I mean, but the level at which it mattered in those years in 65 and 63, that was a whole nother. You're talking about an entire nation of white people and black people who, anytime this man spoke, you had to be on the edge of your seat because you didn't know what was coming next, and you didn't know no matter where you sat in the conversation, you didn't know what that speech or what that march or what that protest or when he came to Chicago, you didn't know what effect that was going to have.
And you want to take your street away from him,
and you expected it to have a drastic effect one way or another, right? So it's like, I mean, there's so many interviews of him talking about the fact that he knew he wasn't.
I mean, I've heard him on many hip hop albums. You know what I mean? And they've taken sound bites from some of his most famous speeches. Some that are even not that famous, but you have to be familiar with his work.
That's what they should do it about. The not so famous speeches. The fire and the venom he spoke with when he told y'all, "Fuck y'all." You know what I'm saying? How about y'all do in this documentary? Talk about the many attempts on his life, not just the ones we know about. You know what I'm saying? Put the real story out there. That's the only way you can learn. This ain't going back to CRT, but look here, it might be related to it. Talk about the real shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Y'all scared to have that CRT conversation. At least slide it in, pause. We talking about our revolutionaries, our leaders, those that made a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like MLK. The times y'all want to X this motherfucker out.
Yep.
I definitely think, though, in that same record, I feel like
definitely here for that.
There's got to be a Malcolm X Day, though, right?
It has to be. We need that.
You dress like one day too,
May
bro.
19th has to be.
Can they do this?
Malcolm X Day.
No man.
Because I feel like the conversation is, again, a lot of white people accepted Martin Luther King's message of nonviolence.
Half of it, yeah.
And a lot of people didn't accept Malcolm X. But when we talk about revolutionary thinkers from our culture, right, we fought for Juneteenth Day, right? People fought and protested for Juneteenth Day, and they kind of gave that to us as like, we need to make this a holiday. But I think Malcolm X needs to have his own day, man. He had an impact on black psychology in that same period of time, and from the other side of the conversation.
Exactly, they were two sides of the coin.
Yeah.
How can we make a push, Joe, so that we don't have to have our kids and grandkids honoring MLK way after he's gone? Well, we can honor our revolutionaries now. We can identify them and honor them now. That would be so fucking dope.
That's 2022. That's basically what we need to do here.
We need to figure that out.
Also on Black Excellence, I have to give a shout out to Charles McGee. He just recently died at 102. Oldest Tuskegee Airman. Your cousin went to
he did.
Tuskegee.
The best weekend of my life.
Yeah.
That's how long he was in school. Best weekend of my life.
That homecoming weekend was the truth.
But shout out to Charles McGee family. Tuskegee. Rest in peace, Tuskegee. Again, Tuskegee Airmen. Everybody's seen the movie. If you haven't, go watch it. And just look them up. Google
any
it,
version of it. Tuskegee, Red Tails.
Yes.
Just it's so many names.
There's a lot of footage out there.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into the topic.
No, there's one more Black Excellence.
Yeah. Good job.
This was crazy. I had to send this. Where is it at?
While you're looking for that, also on MLK Day, they released, as we were talking before the show, they released the Ida B. Wells Barbie doll. Okay, which I thought was
look at that.
That's foul.
Maybe funny or ironic or I don't know. It was engineered and created by black women, and I think the black woman empowerment movement is what they're calling it. Yeah. I'm with that, for that. I support that.
Does it look like a Barbie?
It does. Okay. It's like a retro Barbie doll.
Interesting.
That's possible.
So like in terms of like the form figure of the actual doll, it's the same.
Yeah, she might be a little thicker.
How do they identify it as Ida B. Wells?
By the hairstyle she's famous for in her pictures.
She was not a skinny woman.
That's what I said.
Not that I remember.
I said she's a little thicker.
And you said not that you remember. Were you there?
No, I just mean from like pictures and stuff.
You got Malcolm X glasses on.
But no, man, I'm probably going to say her name wrong, but I think it's Santia Dyke.
Santia.
Is the first black woman athlete to sign a multi-million-dollar football contract and to own a sneaker company. Now, I ain't going to get into this part about what goes down in the football locker room when she walk in there, but
is she playing NFL?
I didn't get into the details.
They do have a few women leagues. Let's be clear.
Yeah. I'm saying that, it could be. It didn't say NFL, so it just says football. But interesting nonetheless. I'll say that.
All right. So shout out to Santia, and that wraps up for Black Excellence. Unless you have any more.
That is pretty dope,
details.
Though.
Nah.
All right.
You want to get off to her in football so fast.
All right.
He did a 100-yard dash with that motherfucker.
Look, y'all saw the first round of my interviews are about to take place next week because Nagy's gone and so is that other boy. So I'll be, I might not be on the show next week. I'll be in interviews.
That's unfortunate. The Bears need you, though.
Mm-hmm.
Bears definitely need you.
We got two topics. We can dive into one and maybe see if the other one's valid, right? But I think I want to start here. You hear the term money makes a man look good. If he didn't have no money, or he looks good with money, right?
Jay-Z said something like that, though.
What makes a woman look good with money?
With money?
Or without money, right? What makes a woman look good?
So if money can make a man more attractive.
Right. What makes a woman more attractive?
Yes. So are we assuming the woman's ugly?
No, because that's a real thing. That's a real thing because
you laugh, dog. You have to assume
I think when women say that means he looks better because he has money.
That's what I'm saying. Right. You can have a pretty woman who's broke as shit, and she's not fine to me. She's pretty. You get to be fine. You have to have other aspects.
Let's define attractive then first before you deep dive.
He's saying Okay, is that what we're doing? We're defining what? Because you said money makes a man look good, but is that attraction, or is that just money makes a man feel like give him more access to women? More women will seek a man with more money, is what you're saying.
Yes.
And so, what will make men seek after a woman more, other than her being pretty?
Exactly.
I feel like attraction is not what he's saying. Is what I'm trying to get at. I think what he's trying to say is that
I don't understand the question no more.
if you take the attraction out of it, whether it's a good-looking person or not. If you take that out of it, but you add money into the equation.
So the base model of a man and a woman is just there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if
you're giving the man money, and now he's attractive.
And now it raises his stock. Right. Like more women find him attractive, no matter whether he's attractive or not.
Let me give it some more sauce, right?
Okay.
Pause.
The real question is, verbatim, if money makes a man more attractive, what makes a woman more attractive? And in parentheses, shutting the fuck up does not count, fellas. Okay?
Because some cavemen will say that shit.
Right.
Oh, she shut the fuck up. She'll be fine. Joe, knock it off. Knock it off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or see, my take is, as men, we like if you broke. We like if you're ugly. You know what I mean? Like, it don't matter. Depending on where you're at. Depending on where you're at in life. Real shit. That's real shit. Think about it. You know how many ugly women have good men?
Right. So what is it that they have? That this is to your question. What do they have that's keeping men engaged with them?
I think it's the character of a woman. I think it's how.
What does that look like? How do you know if she has good character?
Whatever's good for you, right? So if I like my feet rubbed, and every day I come in, I don't have to ask you to rub my feet. This is what you do.
Good character?
Or is it this like in Boomerang?
Maybe
like my man didn't like women with ugly feet.
You mean like acts of service? You saying
acts of service?
Somebody who's
love languages?
consistently.
No, thank you. I'm not going there. No.
I'm just saying.
Consistently in service to you in some way, like without you asking.
You want a slave, bro?
No, I ain't
I'm not saying I do. I'm not saying I do. I'm saying that there are women, right, that are not attractive, that other women would consider their man.
You have appeal as well, like sex appeal. Some people say like she don't really look that good, but she got sex appeal. You've heard that before.
I think if she had sex appeal, she had it already. I feel like this question is still about if you added money to the conversation. What would you add to the conversation?
Add money to the woman. Okay.
If you what could you add to a woman that would automatically raise her stock? So we're saying if you add money to any man, it automatically raises his stock. That's a different flip of
it, I think, dog.
No, that's actually what I get from it. That's actually what I get.
That's what you get from it. I think I heard Jay-Z say a line say she said I'm ugly, but I'm a billionaire, so I'm cute now. She said I'm cute now.
You said that too fast.
Yeah. To go back and listen to Jay-Z song, bro. Fuck it. Jay-Z said
he cute now.
She used to call me ugly, but now I got meals, so I'm cute now.
Okay, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, I remember that. Yeah,
that line.
He's reverted.
So now she wouldn't talk to him because he was just their average, maybe even ugly in her eyes. But he got money, so now he's appealing. He's attractive. He looks good. He has value now. So what could you possibly add to a woman who, according to Jay-Z, was ugly? It's not my words. Was ugly
and didn't have money. Answer for me. Money. Why would it be any different? Why would adding money to any situation be any different at the end of the day?
So let's take money out of it then.
Okay. So then what?
That goes back to what he was speaking about now. Things he would like. But see, you have to be attracted to somebody somehow to figure out.
Acts of service are attractive.
Absolutely, yeah. I do think
they're not going to do that off the rip for you, though, are they?
Oh, there's women for sure. Yeah. I think
she's not going to rub your feet in motherfucking promontory.
How come not?
Okay.
How come not?
All right. Look at y'all live in a different world. I live in then.
No, I do very much so think that there are women who are definitely, about being in service in any capacity, to themselves, to their community, whatever, but definitely within a relationship. So I do think that they are out there. I think that identification, though, that's not something you see unless you're already engaged with that person, right? I don't think that that's something that just that they just throw out there. Whereas a dude gets some money, he buys nicer shoes, nicer clothes, nicer car, nicer crib. Like a dude gets money, it's visible.
It comes with a lot of flaws, I think.
Yeah,
they may find in a guy.
Maybe it covers him up temporarily. Maybe it doesn't always cover him up. But I don't know. I think that's a tough one, man. I think that there is something to say. I mean, it's generally at the end of the day, if you go back to what some people talk about, like the old adage of like women want security.
What word did you just say?
Adage.
When I said that, y'all said what?
What are you talking about?
I don't remember you saying that.
Don't worry about it, man. We're going to find
Can we spell that, please?
ADAGE.
Yeah.
What? GD?
ADAGE. He is only saying GD for some reason. We're gonna box one day about that.
No. For real. I do think that there's a capacity with which men will find women more attractive if they feel as if a woman is doing in some service to him. And I think that's just a part of the male ego, though, right? Like just a part of the fact that it's just like you feel like, oh, somebody's doing this for me, whether you asked or not.
Stroking your ego.
Yeah, but I also think that happens in reverse. I mean, I got a very good female friend who, in her recent relationship with her guy, all she keeps talking about is how every like that's all she talks about actually. Oh, look at what he did for me this morning. He made me breakfast this morning. Oh, look, it snowed. He's dusting off the snow on my truck. Like this is all she talks about. So I think that in general, when you provide acts of service to a person, they're automatically gonna see more value in your relationship.
I don't think you can add anything to a woman. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I kind of agree with what you're saying. I don't think you can add anything to a woman to make her more or less attractive. I think
less attractive for sure.
More or less attractive. That's the personality thing. Y'all might not jail.
Add one of them fake booties. That's what you less attractive.
Gone. Miami.com.
A trash ass attitude. You out of here.
Like I was saying,
she probably
you have to kind of get to know a woman for her to become either more attractive to you or less attractive. You know what I'm saying? You can't add like you can add to a man. That's how much of a double standard of a world we live in. Well, you hear, I've heard this one time to me. I've heard so many people say, man, I'll fuck the shit out of Oprah. I'm like, why? And they say, cause she get mad. You didn't see her bank account. You haven't either, but you assuming she's rich as hell.
Yeah, she definitely.
You know what I'm saying? She got it. So you fuck her to death because she got money. That's not saying she's attracted to you.
But it's men out here that smash her. That will smash her before the money, bro. It's men out here that will fuck her to death because before the money.
I've never heard that in my life. I've never heard somebody say that. What's her name on Color Purple?
Celie.
I've never heard somebody fuck the shit out of Celie. You out your fucking mind, bro. Nobody said they would fuck Big Oprah, bro. Nobody said that
crazy
shit,
as hell, boy.
I've never heard it.
If you on an island, ain't
y'all ever heard that?
Ain't nothing else.
YouTube comments,
ain't nothing else out here. Ain't nothing else out here.
Why you gotta add specifiers?
What you mean?
Specifiers.
Because at the end of the day, we
on an island and it's just you and her. Yeah, you gonna kill her. You gonna drill her every day.
And guess what? If I will, there are a million other people that will. Now, if she gets money, then that million turns times 10.
It's just a miss. Just to me, you gonna fuck her because of what she got. That don't make her more attractive to you. Doesn't mean you're willing to make a sacrifice for that.
A sacrifice?
That's below your standards. No disrespect, Oprah. I'm not saying you're below anybody's standards. Don't take it that way at all.
Right, I'm just saying. We need that own contract.
Right, exactly.
Facts.
I'm just saying that men will go below their standards. You know, women will too.
Women will too, yeah.
I see it all. I see it all the time.
Jay-Z's below their standard because he was ugly until he got that money.
Yeah, you know I don't think Beyonce got with Jay-Z because he was attractive.
She had her own too, though. They might have had a chemistry, bro. I don't know.
No, they had the opportunity to become the power dynamic that they are.
But
you can't add shit to a woman, bro. Either you gonna like her or you're not gonna like her. But she's gonna hash you or not. And I think that's where your conversation comes in at. What she does for you and to you, how she makes you feel, the acts of service.
You know what? That's real. Okay, I'm gonna maybe slightly. This might be
pivot. You finna pivot?
But I will say this: I've known women who, in their younger years, for the lack of a better word, kind of operated with the like, I'm a bad bitch mentality, right? Like, I'm out here, I'm gonna get whatever I can get. Anybody got it. You ain't on my level. You
what you want.
You can't do this for me. I'm gonna get somebody to do it for me. That kind of thing, right? And I've seen some of those women actually mature and identify themselves and say, you know what? I can still get things the way I want them, but I don't have to be. It doesn't have to be.
You're the real definition of a bad chick now.
It doesn't have to be a sell. I don't have to like sell this, right?
Right.
I think that could change maybe one's attractive, quality if you're talking about what you could add. So like, adding some level of integrity. But I don't know, man. I think it's a case by case.
Yeah, for sure. All right,
you said, fake ass make you run, but if we
I ain't rocking with the fake ass.
Yeah, see, then what do these women? And this is no shot of but we don't do the man versus woman thing on here. That's for all the other motherfucking floozies out here. Floozies. You know what I'm saying?
I like floozies.
You're thinking materially, what else can a woman do but get some fake titties or ass in college to keep herself more appealing? To get into a different crowd, different rooms of different money of these men out here that are looking for that thing.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
that's a different conversation.
That could make a motherfucker more attracted to these guys.
Now, no, pause on that. Pause on that.
Don't tell him shut up no more, dog.
Yeah, no, I
That's a
say
genius
pause.
right there.
I say pause because that's a whole different deep dive and maybe something that we need to get into on another episode.
We never come back to this shit, bro. Hey, we be trucking, bro.
It's documented. But the reason I stopped you is because I gotta ask, and I think this is even more important than that man-woman shit, right? Is forgiveness for you or the person you feel that you cause harm to?
That just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm super shift.
Is forgiveness what?
Is forgiveness for you or the person that you harmed?
Meaning, if I'm going to forgive somebody, am I getting the value out of doing the forgiving, or is the person that? Wait, what?
Who's gaining?
Is forgiveness for you or is it for the person that?
So when you forgive somebody, dog, you know, people say forgive and forget.
If I've done you wrong, right, and I apologize to you, is that for me or is that for you?
Right.
Forgiveness, believe it or not, forgiveness can be a selfish ass thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some people have to forgive people so they feel better and move on from things.
Absolutely. If you did some real
I'm not the
shit.
guy. You know what? I operate like this. I can forgive you most of the time, but I'll never forget that shit. People say forgive and forget. I'll never forget that shit, you know, like, and I cannot think about it until I see you. All of a sudden, I'm upset again. But I think sometimes when people are asking for forgiveness, you may not be ready to forgive them. So you fake forgiving them or attempting to forgive them in your mind or with your words, it don't do you no justice. It's just something for them that validates them. To say, oh, you know what?
Well, why would you apologize? Why would you apologize?
Everybody's not 100%. Some people out here all cap, bro. Some people out here is all cap. But then when you're ready, when you've dealt with things and processed it the way you need to process it and you feel better about it, then forgiveness can be a tool for you to move forward and open up doors in your life and maybe get over whatever's hindering you back, because you may have red flags dealing with other people that you may not recognize because you holding something or harboring something against this person. You know what I'm saying? So it's a way, it's a two-way door.
Okay, I look at it like
anyways,
this.
it was fucking dumb as hell what I just said. Two-way street.
I look at it like this, right? I think it's okay to apologize. I think you should apologize when you're wrong. Let's start there. But if you are indifferent about if you're wrong or if this other person is wrong, then that's when you take time to say, you know what? I'm standing on what I'm saying because at the end of the day, I know I'm right. So I think forgiveness a lot of times comes down to if you decide, was I right or was I wrong in this situation? And sometimes you won't get that answer until you put yourself in the other person's shoes. And you actually look at how they are seeing the situation. Because whatever they stand on, they believe they were right. So if I say to you, man, you know what? I was wrong here. Based on what we've talked about, and we've never apologized to each other, but I was wrong here, right? That never happens because, again, as men, and I think this is a real thing.
Is this a gender thing? If it is, it is. Just say it, yeah.
Yeah. I kind of feel like that. Okay. So as men, I don't think we have a problem apologizing, right? Apologizing and sorry is two different things. You don't agree?
It's just going left and left. So
yeah, but watch this U-turn. Watch this U-turn, right? Again, if you forgive someone, right? It makes it easier for you to now look at whatever situation that had you tripping. Like, you know what? I'm done with it, and it's not heavy on my heart no more. That's what I'm saying.
So you're saying that's the point at which you find the space to forgive someone?
Yes, okay. Genuinely.
Yeah, I think in general, forgiveness is about your ability to move on from something. So I don't think that people dwell on things that they've moved on from. So, right. You know, you broke up with the person that cheated on you with your best friend. Me forgiving you doesn't really help me in any real way because I probably moved on from there right now. If that's something that is still bothering me and it's becoming a barrier to other aspects of my life or relationship, then that may be when I need to have the forgiveness conversation. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that it's like a tally system, like, oh, you did me wrong in 2002. Oh, I need to forgive you by 2004, right? To the original question of whether or not it's for you or them, again, I still think it has to play with how much it's affecting your current life. If it's something that, you are holding on to and you are harboring, and you find it's constantly, representing itself in different ways and different forms, and that may be something you need to actually put out there. At which point, it is about you and not about that person, right? Because I need to forgive you so that I can get this off of me.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But I do think that there's a place where other people may petition for your forgiveness that you do give for them. I'll give you just a general example. If you think about a father who was not around,
Mom was definitely not around.
You know what I'm saying? His child very, very young or whatever the case may be, and then later in life realizes the mistake that he made in that regard, right? And thus wants to apologize, wants to repair, but really for him to be able to move on kind of needs that forgiveness. In that space, she may be, or the daughter or the husband or the son may be forgiving for the person who needs to be forgiven, right? Like there could be, because it may not change this person's life at all, but clearly he needs that because this is eating up. So I think that it just depends on what role it's playing in your ability to move on with your life. That's where forgiveness plays in.
And then does it just stop there?
Because forgiveness and regret are like married, right? You don't need to be forgiven for things you don't regret. You know what I'm saying? And I think that when you
say that again,
you don't need to be forgiven for things that if you don't regret them, right? Like so if I
people just know you was wrong.
You cheat on somebody and you get caught or whatever, you regret that, right? That's what you need to be forgiven for, right? You made the wrong decision, invested all your savings in this account or this business, and it tanked, and you fucked up everybody's money.
The church's money.
You regret that. So you need to be forgiven for
that. So let me give you an example, right? My biological father. I went to find him and have a conversation with him. So in my mind, I could forgive him, right? He wasn't in a space where he thought he did anything wrong. At that point, I knew I had the conversation. I knew I said what I need to say. Not necessarily forgiven, but I got it off my chest.
Okay, so you didn't forgive him.
Yeah, nah.
Right.
So if you can never forgive somebody, then what? What's the next move? If you can't find it in your heart to ever forgive somebody,
I forgive him. He doesn't dictate how I move. You know what I mean? He's actually made me a better person because he's a fuck bag, right?
Okay.
But I think I knew I would never get those answers if I didn't go and try to handle it.
There are people I don't forgive for what they did, for their actions. Like I don't forgive you. Also,
I don't forgive this country.
But also it does not currently stop me from moving forward. I think the forgiveness conversation happens if you are stagnant and unable to move on.
It's funny you said that, and I just do country out there because I really do feel that way. And they haven't super done me wrong, but I know there are several injustices I have experienced in my life.
Absolutely.
Think about our ancestors that can never get that back. So you got some people that say we should get over. When I say our people, black people, they say we should get over it. Some say we deserve reparations, and fuck that, we never get over it. Where do we go then?
Are you saying do we forgive? No, I certainly don't forgive the people, the founding fathers of the country for the massive amounts of abuse and murder that they committed.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Because some others here didn't have any part in that, and they don't feel or agree with that.
Right.
So now we holding them accountable as well.
I don't think they need but the question is, we're holding them accountable for telling that narrative, though. This is the CRT conversation. What we're holding them accountable for, we know you didn't have slaves. We know you wasn't born then. We're holding you accountable to recognize that, however, you do hail from the Rockefeller family tree. You all have a tremendous amount of privilege that you've received from based off of this act, and so you need to be the person out there saying that that's true. And that's where I think that it gets muddled. They don't want to say that. Right. They don't want to say the only reason we have what we have, or the primary reason that we have what we have is because we built it off the backs of slaves.
But what do you do when a person doesn't forgive you? Right?
You gotta move. You gotta keep moving.
At the end of the day,
your favorite word, pivot.
If it's something that you cannot move forward in your life without having, then I think that's when you get trapped in the cycle of seeking forgiveness. To me, seeking forgiveness in some cases is also like seeking approval. Now,
I was going to use the word selfish, but I like that.
But I think the slight difference here is that, and therapy is definitely the key space for this, is that you recognize that you may not even know that you're holding on to certain things related to something until you have that moment. So I do think there are spaces where you know, the 12-step program in Alcoholics Anonymous is famous for that one step where you go and you apologize to the person, right?
Steps
and the whole
from
that's funny.
Steps from VOD. Vodka. How you spell vodka? And 3 wishes.
From Pinnacle.
We were 3 wishes.
But as a people, though, as a whole, not just the personal standpoint, but back to what I was saying. So some of us forgiven and some of us not forgiven. I'm asking you as well. Probably want you to go first. I want to see something. That's also a divide between us, though. If I want to forgive them, which I don't, and you do want to forgive them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now we divided.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's a fucking problem to me. But you say like move on, which I agree. We need to move. If somebody don't forgive you, or if you can't forgive somebody, move the fuck on, live your life. But we are together in this struggle in this country. How the fuck do we move on? Consistently or with any conformity? Yeah, conformity. I want to say conformity so bad. That's not a word. Uniformity.
I like it.
How do we move on? How is that even a thing?
I think it maybe depends on how bad it hurt you, right?
Oh, slavery definitely hurt. Injustice definitely hurt, bro.
No, again,
definitely hurt, brother.
But if we're scaling it down and we're saying if we're just dealing with personal relationships, like how did those relationships hurt you, right? Not having a father that doesn't care about you, that's probably the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. Right, your own blood.
Until you had a father that stepped in, though.
For sure.
Like I think it would be severely different if you never had that relationship.
You don't need to forget. You just need to. You don't need to forgive. You just need to forget, bro. Because John, according to you, I know John's amazing.
Forgotten. No, that's my guy.
Yeah, he's already forgotten.
No, that's my guy. It's been forgotten. Like it's weird to me, with that whole dynamic, which is why I've always made sure I was present and just the dopest father that I could be.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So if I had to give kudos to the biological, like thank you for, you know what I'm saying, not doing that.
I think you could probably poll a number of people that are incarcerated.
Whoa!
You could poll, as in POLL.
Yeah. Pulse.
You can poll a number of people that are probably incarcerated.
And you said jail too.
That they would want to be forgiven for not being there for their families, right? For making the mistake that they made to get themselves in that situation, right? And I think that in their situation, the opportunity to hear "we forgive you" while they're locked up could be a very positive and, it could be a great moment for their growth, right? I just do. I think that it's depending upon how much it's affecting your ability to move on where you put weight and value.
So we all agree that forgiveness is a person by person thing. How important it is, its value, or how you use this tool is a person by person thing because you may need it for one reason or another. Are we there?
Yeah, and the original question was, is it more for you or them? And I think it's both and.
Okay.
I agree. All right, man. We're going to go ahead and bring our guest on. So after these messages,
we'll be right back.
All right. We back. Hey, look, before we bring our guest in, we forgot that it's Juice's. It's Juice's
30th anniversary.
I won't say Juice's. That's all I'm saying.
Movie Juice.
Right?
Tupac. And other 3 people who and Omar Epps, and the other 2 guys who nobody's name.
Right, still my man.
Yeah, Raheem was my guy.
Shout out to RSL for the dope tribute that he did on the West End. But I want No. I said RSL. RSL did the sweatshirts and the hoodies that was crazy, went crazy.
Yeah. Instrumental Drew did the joint that has the cartoon version of him. As well.
For real? Okay, that's dope. Okay, my bad. But we got to play this clip. For the listeners, this shit was amazing. Changed my life.
By the goat.
If you want respect, you gotta earn it. You damn right. You gotta be ready to go down, stand up, and die for that shit like Blizzard did. If you want some juice. Blizzard ain't sticking up to nothing now. That's because we wasn't there to back him up. If we was there, it'd be 5 dead niggas instead of 1. You ain't saying nothing now, right, big man?
Never thought I'd see the day when you talk like a fucking punk, Q.
Fuck you, man. Yo, chill. No, fuck chill. Check yourself, Q. You gotta snap some collars and let them motherfuckers know you there to take them out anytime you feel like it. You gotta get the ground beneath your feet, partner. Get the wind behind your back and go out in the blaze if you got to. Otherwise, you ain't shit. You might as well be dead your damn self. You trying to tell me I ain't shit? I ain't trying to tell you shit. I tell your mama you ain't shit.
That's cold,
the realest shit ever.
The delivery.
You know what I mean? The range.
Bro, like he
real.
knew how to deliver some shit that like just make you just know he ain't playing around.
Wait, that was Pac's first movie though.
Early on.
And so like
but was it Butter Ram?
No,
okay.
Right. What you got to understand is that's what solidified Pac as a personality.
Gotcha.
It wasn't at that point. People barely knew him as a rapper because he was on Digital Underground. And he was the fourth man on that mic,
He wasn't even top two.
I would knock this back off.
That film solidified him because throughout that movie, he played that character, bro. You didn't think Tupac. And funny enough, as soon as you was like the GOAT, I was like, this is Tupac.
Yeah.
Right? Like he embodied that character, Bishop, just like Wesley Snipes did Nino Brown.
That was cold. Wesley was cold.
Right?
Yeah,
so like he showed at that moment that he had a large presence for Hollywood, not just what he was doing on the music side. And that was before rappers was even cast in movies. Now they in every other movie that come out. But
they still suck.
He was a pioneer in that way. And that movie, man, still to this day, bro.
It's a classic.
It's still relevant. It's still relevant. You still have a crew like that at every black neighborhood high school in an inner city somewhere.
You got a DeLorean or something? But no, I'm not gonna let you do Pac like that. I believe his background, but yeah, I agree. To a degree, I believe that his background, being from the Panthers, being that he was always fighting the ops, always fucked the man, fucked the opposition, that also played a role in him being as good as he was at that role.
Because he had that passion, like against the system.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, that's
well. Before we take a deep dive,
see what I did, Pop?
There's a new member.
Nigga still alive,
right? There's a new member.
He is.
New member on the Corner Convo, man. His name is Dion.
Definitely.
Hold on, man.
Yo.
Absolutely, man. Right? I like that.
This is Dion, man. Chicago Dream.
Yeah.
I got in contact with this
day where we celebrate a man who's famous for saying what? I have a dream.
Yeah,
man. Let's run that shit.
So excited
no,
that
that's
he
dope.
made that
That's dope.
Hey, it came in real time. You gotta accept it.
He like that student in the class, like,
I know that answer. Hey, he expected to be an hour late. He was like, wait, is it happening?
This thing on hot bars, fam.
So the power of social media.
Of course.
I saw Dave Jeff reposted you, friend of the show. I checked you out. I said, oh man, this brother's working. Right? And if you don't know about Dion and what he's doing, man, he saw a void in the community and he filled the void. He's feeding Inglewood.
Everywhere.
Right? He's working, just raised $184,000.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
knows we need that shit. Tupac's one of those too.
It's been a long time coming because we've been trying to figure this out for some months on here, right?
Literally, man, yeah.
But no, that just means we're working.
Of course.
It's a good problem to have, man. And so when I saw it, I was inspired. I said, man, I got to talk to this brother, right? I got to have him pull up.
Of course.
And you here, man, so thank you.
I know, thank y'all. Thank y'all, man.
No doubt.
And let me explain something, like because my background is journalism, media, everything, like it allows me to appreciate stuff like this more than the average person. Because we're living in a time where people hoard their availability and kind of cut themselves off from the average person. You know what I mean? And so, of course, us starting from a ground roots level and getting shit done, it means absolutely nothing if people like you guys didn't actually just like extend that olive branch and allow me to be on your platform.
Right,
you know what I mean?
bro.
Because that's the thing, like that's what excited me. You know what I mean? It's like, man, I'm like, no, I'm gonna get this done, and I want to show that respect because you didn't have to. And I always tell people, I think of that J. Cole lyric, where he says, "I'm just a man of the people, not above but equal. For the greater good, I walk amongst the evil." And I always think about that, like, man, like I'm no better than nobody.
Right.
And so because of that, every opportunity, I'm gonna take it. And man, like I'm dropping 30, like I'm Gilbert Arenas. For real. Like man, like everybody remember, like, man,
what are you, 45 years old?
No, Gilbert Cole. No, listen.
Cole.
I'm gonna tell you,
Gilbert was Cole.
I'm gonna tell you,
He's no longer Cole.
No, he's not. But for
in
me,
the media space, he's nice too.
It resonates because I love all of the stories. At first, you're attracted to the superstars, right? But then as you get older and you start learning about journeys, you appreciate the people that had a moment that weren't supposed to have a moment. So a lot of people talk about Drake.
That was cold,
and I love it. But man, you know what I talk about? I talk about DJ Unk. He pulled off like a year and a half. He got an Andre feature that we'll still quote.
Walking out, right?
Man.
Talk about
it. You know what I'm saying? I talk about T.I., who wasn't supposed to have a moment and ran off. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like for that purpose, I think about Gilbert Arenas because like, man, if the game is about buckets and not about friends and not about who you like and who you want to be on, but who is about like got that man, the man everybody remember. Yeah, when he lost it and turned around and put his hands up.
Classic. That happens. He set the tone now. Let's talk about it.
Listen, when he did that, bro, every black boy in America said, next time I touch a ball.
Zero started to be a popular number after that.
Man,
everybody was rocking zeros.
Man, thank y'all for allowing me on, man, and I'm humbled, and I'm here to talk my shit a little bit.
So just so you know, man, we don't interview, man. We have conversations.
I'm here to talk.
Yeah,
I'm here to talk. Maury Povich style. I'm here to talk to you.
All right, this ain't that kind of show. Ain't nobody gonna be doing the DNA test.
Somebody right here. They fucked up.
DNA test.
This is brought to you by Pinnacle Vodka. We fit in every leather book bag.
We live. Come on up, man. 21st floor.
Every book bag.
21st floor. How long y'all gonna be here? Because I'm paying for parking on the street.
No, you're fine. Just come on. Come on. It's fine.
God, that's ridiculous. Okay.
What up, Dyke?
How I get in?
Just come through the building, the doors, and come up to the
tell him the actual number of the suite.
He has the suite number. Just come on, brother.
And why he calling you?
He's lying. All right, for sure. Yeah, come in.
21, floor 21, man.
What's the room?
Yep.
It's 17. Excuse me. He already has it though. He has it in the text. Anyway,
You are a bad friend, bro.
no, actually, I'm great. But anyway, that's management, man.
And
So-
let's pause for a second. So that can all be cut the fuck out.
No, it's not.
One. Okay, thanks, Tony. You can cut that shit out.
Wait, he said pause. He said no. Hey, but he still paused though.
Shit the fuck
I did it.
Sometimes you gotta be right about this shit, you know what I'm saying?
No, man.
That's the spirit, though.
So we do live shit. But anyway, to kick the conversation off, I want to know. You're from Chicago.
Of course.
You're from Inglewood.
Inglewood.
All right, married man.
Yes.
You have any children?
Yes. Son Bryson.
Bryson, dope name.
Yeah.
What inspired you to fill this void in your neighborhood?
When I started, I didn't even know that this was the void that I was filling.
What year was it?
This was 2020. Okay. So literally Juneteenth, 2020.
Got it.
Started a GoFundMe. I was broke, and somebody came to me and said, "Hey,
that's real."
Somebody said, "What are you going to do for Juneteenth?" Because we was reclaiming Juneteenth, and saying like we were going to do something for our community. And after I got out my own way, I was like, "Wait, what you mean? What I'm going to do?" But I was like, "Okay, man, we gonna feed 100 families." That's the first thing I said. I didn't think of it. I said it, and at that time, I was working overnight at Amazon to help family members pay bills because for me, I grew up with nothing. And so growing up with nothing, I didn't know the proper terminology. There's a stay on evictions. I just knew that when this shit was over,
you gotta leave.
They was gonna have a stay for shit. So I told my family, man, don't hold up. So I started working at overnight at Amazon. Now I tell people all the time, the work ethic that people see me with now, I got that from the military. Like, man, it's time to talk and it's time to work.
What division in the military?
I was Navy, yeah. And so because of it, I can immediately just not talk and just work. So I go on Amazon, literally, I get promoted like 3 times in like 3 months, but I still leave, you feel me, because of this. But, when it's time to be quiet and work, I could do that. Yeah. And so helping like 8 or 9 family members pay bills and stuff, literally, like I don't want them to be like thousands of dollars in debt. So when I start the GoFundMe on Juneteenth, it's over. 25 hours later, we raised $2,500. Now, I'm not the average person. I'm everywhere. If your messenger bubble green, I'm in your inbox. If you post a photo, I'm going to say dope photo, but I got a fundraiser. Yeah. I sent out messages to everybody on my phone. And so we raised $2,500. After that, July 3rd, we gave out 800 pounds of food. I'm talking about steak, chicken, rice, cereal, all types. It was logistically the biggest fucking headache I've ever had in my life.
I can imagine. Because you ain't thinking about who coming in.
No, listen. Nothing. We didn't think about nothing.
That's hilarious, man. It's like, we got it. Oh, shit.
But it felt amazing. It was the greatest feeling I ever had. And so later on, after that, I was approached with a chance for $30,000 in funding, and I couldn't take it because I wasn't a legal entity. Oh. And so, I felt I have nothing.
You got to get your business right.
Yeah, get your business right. And so, for me, that was the moment where, I was like, man, like, okay, I hate this feeling, but am I gonna feel it again? And so I went to my wife and I said, hey, like, I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
She said, what? I said, I have no idea. You know what I mean?
Twice the same story, though.
Yeah,
Twice the same story.
It's something. Yeah, but it's something. So I followed it. So for the next 60 days, every day at 3 a.m., I woke up in the morning and started learning about the sector. And what I learned about the sector was that a lot of the major players that were leading it when I was homeless were still leading it. So now I got a whole bank of qualitative data that I could use.
Right.
Because they're still doing the same inefficient food services and popping up a table outside for our people, and it's not efficient, it's not effective. We're not building any equity, any relationships. And so I say, okay, cool. So I was like, man, I'm going to start a nonprofit. And I had no money again. So I started another GoFundMe.
Yeah.
And in 6 days, we raised $1,800. And after that, we were incorporated August 10th, 2020, Dion Chicago Dream. And then from there, we just had to realize, like, okay, hey, what are we going to do with that? And it was, fight food insecurity. And so between that time and the next month or so, I was just trying to figure out, okay, what will our programming look like? You know what I mean? And then from there, I'm sitting in bed one night looking at Instagram, and I see that moment, and I saw a community fridge, and I was like, I looked at my wife, Crystal.
Those in Brooklyn. I've seen those all around.
Brooklyn, LA, but because of the pandemic, it got hold here. Because normally it started in the UK.
Right. Okay.
Because they have laws on wasting food, so it's easier to like implement. But then when I saw it, I said, Crystal, we got to do this.
This is it.
I'm like, this is it. Now, mind you, this is the third week in August. We launched our fridge September 11th. We launched it September 11th, 2020. Since then, every single weekday, no matter the weather, no matter the holiday, if it's a weekday, we open Project Dream Fridge between 8 and 9, fill it up with brand.
8 a.m. to 9 p.m.
And no, I'm talking about just opening.
Okay.
So I open it up, clean it, stock it, and it's live.
Is it in the same location?
Yeah, it's in the shed on 57th, right off Racine. You know what I mean? And so from there,
it's close to Ogden Park.
Yeah. And so right after that, within 3 days, I realized that whole approach was kind of flawed. I said, man, most community fridges run off mutual aid.
But people donate to
people,
it. They come to the fridge, they put in.
Yeah, and normally it's like give a little, get a little. But then when you realize Inglewood is bottom 10% of the average household income, and it's a food desert.
Right.
So I realized within 2 days, I said, if I pat myself on the back for starting this, but don't come back,
the mission ain't done.
Then how did I do anything?
Right.
And so early after that, been there every day. And so, from there, it's just been off to the races.
That's
I mean,
dope.
of course, further down the conversation, we get into, where we at now, but that was the start of it. That was, started with Project Dream Fridge, and, that's been a catalyst that has taken us all around the world, man. We've been on Ellen, you know what I'm saying? We've been highlighted by, you know what I'm saying, a lot of different stuff, so it's,
I love it, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I felt compelled to reach out to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was something about seeing the clip on Instagram, and I said, well, if he don't respond, cool. If not, you know what I mean?
Stop it. What's wrong?
You know what I mean? It's just it was crazy, bro, and it made me think he has no reason to do it. He has no reason to do it.
Key on the door,
right?
I'm sorry, yes. Key on the door. Go out, make a left, make another left, and you'll see it. Take the key with you, bro.
There's no reason for you to do it.
Yeah.
So I knew it in my mind. It came from the heart.
Of course.
Right, and I could see that, and you're there when it's snowing, when it's raining, when it's hot, right?
Yeah. On the strip too. 57th Racine. Yeah, when we launched our fridge, it was about 25 GDs out there.
Definitely believe that.
Mariano's is involved. How did you get involved with Mariano's?
I love this question.
Yeah.
Never knew them. So when we feel it every day. Mm-hmm. So the good thing about it is I said when I started, I said I'm gonna bring this Lil Wayne energy into the nonprofit space. Mm-hmm. And it was that time when you saw featuring Lil Wayne, and you knew,
I'm hitting play.
Knew even before you hit play, you knew that the quality at which he was gonna come with was gonna it deserved to listen. You knew that, like, you know what? I gotta listen to this. I gotta play it loud. I don't give a damn where I'm at. And so I said, man, I'm gonna show people that the pace that people use in philanthropy it ain't fast enough for our people. You know what I mean? So I said, I'm gonna bring this energy into the sector, and since we doing it every day, can't nobody match me.
Yeah.
You feel me? And so with doing that, you know, I'm riding to the grocery store, and I said, man, it's Monday. I'm in Mariano Monday.
Yeah.
So I named it that, right? And literally every Monday, named it, hey, Mariano Mondays, came up with a little silly ass jingle. You know what I'm saying? Like, dun, 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 dun. And just having a blast with it.
Right.
And then soon enough, Mariano heard about it.
Okay.
And so when we originally met
they
with
have
them,
a certain amount of food that they have to throw away and wait. Like they have food waste that they're better off donating.
Yeah, but I don't take that shit. I don't take no donated produce at all. Because, and we'll get that too.
Yeah.
But
I love that.
If you notice the messaging around food insecurity, at some point, they made us believe that the only way to fight food insecurity is by preventing food waste. That ain't the only way.
Interesting.
Buy some shit.
Great point.
You know? Yeah. But what happened was the people that's getting money for food insecurity, they are fighting hunger. And so what would benefit them more than to convince people that food insecurity and hunger is you can juxtapose the two, and it's not.
That's a great point.
Yeah. And so they called a hold, you know, and to their credit, been amazing partners. Like Amanda Puck, literally like had me with her. She been rocking with me since day one. Okay. Literally like and they offered me the food. That's the key. They said, man, we got. I said, nah, we don't take donations because if you notice, when everybody will talk about the bad of the technology, the technological boom, but they don't talk about the good, the integrity. It's out in front now. So if you didn't stand for nothing, it's out there. And so I just said, like, no, we have to show our people that they deserve quality. And what most organizations did was focus on tonnage. They never stabilized quality. I'm gonna give you 7 points for tonnage. And so what I said was, no, we go focus on access, and we're gonna focus on quality, and it'll never waver, ever. So every piece of produce up to 65,000 we did was brand new organic produce. Right. Nothing was used. Right. Nothing was picked over. Nothing was finna go bad.
Nothing was on the shelf and then discarded later.
Exactly.
And so it came fresh off the first truck and went straight to the fridge.
And so from there, you know, met them. They started rocking with us. We had got a grant for $5,000, and I love talking finances with people. We got a grant for $5,000, but for me, it was about the relationship. I needed that stamp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if this, national organization, because their parent company is Kroger, if they signed off on giving us money, that lets you know they did their due diligence.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so because of that, after that, man, when they started working with us, we did last Christmas, not this past one, but the one before that, we did shopping sprees in the store, all type of stuff. They rocked with us. They still rocking with us now. And so because of that, I'm lucky enough to come from nothing. So I understand that people is all we got. And so I don't gloss over the fact of understanding how important it is to draw, connect the dots. And so when Mariano's I just saw man, if it's Monday, Mariano's.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Mondays.
Yeah. That's up. I mean, you talk about, you mentioned briefly that there was a part where you were homeless.
Of course.
So how further back in history is that time frame? Is this years ago and then you went to the Navy and you came back, or was it after the Navy?
So the funny thing is I was homeless up until the Navy.
Okay.
And then when I came back, at one point I was sleeping in my car.
Right.
So this is 2015, 2016. You know what I mean? That's humbling.
Right.
It's to come back from the Navy and to be living in your car. You know what I mean? And so,
Pause, Joe. Was you still getting women?
I mean, yeah, but
y'all laughing at shit.
That's real shit. I like that.
Is it really real shit?
Hell yeah, it's real shit,
bro.
So
technically, any shit is real. Yes, but it's so hard to really focus on shit like that when you got real life problems.
Yeah.
And I will tell you this.
The young boys need to hear this too.
Yeah, no, for real. And I'll tell you this. The beautiful thing about why I'm able to string along all this shit and build $1 million or a multi-million-dollar organization on the fly is because I went through all my shit before everybody else. And so now I understand what's a distraction. And then I'm not even talking about women. I'm just talking about waking up every day, understanding that people are dying. So if I'm up, I get to put numbers on the board. So why would I not?
You did say
drop
Agent Zero. You was Gil. You was Gil.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing, because to the other champions, only rings matter. But to the people, everyday games matter.
All them numbers.
No, that boy's he's partner.
So, for me, I just said, nah, like, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna show them that, number one, as a black man, you gotta value yourself. But what has happened is, a lot of times, especially for our generation, 35 and under, going into this new generation, it's like, oh man, it's all about getting girls. No, it's not. Because when I tell you, now more than ever, I understand, like, Jay-Z and Kanye and Steve Jobs. I understand that shit, and it blows my mind, bro. I'm talking about, like, they'll say something and, like, it makes sense when it never did. Before. The average person is going to be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, the cliches matter when you actually in that field.
But it's two things that he said, because, like, first of all, I'm lucky. I get to wake up and do what I was born to do. That's a luxury. And then I get to make people's life better. So the only thing I got to do is wake up and make their life better.
And be a servant. That's real.
That's it.
Yeah,
and so then he said, one is, he said we all have God level talent. And you don't believe it until you tap into it.
Right.
When you tap into it and you just get a taste, it's different. When you're doing what you meant to do. But then the second thing he said is, like, I get to walk in every room as myself.
That's cool.
That's
confident.
That's like confident, 7 different levels of beautiful and fucked up, though. Because originally it's like, man, like, that's dope, especially as somebody that could go in a room and be honest, but it hurts because we know our people can't.
Right.
There's so much code switching. There's so much doing what you have to do instead of what you want to do, and all this stuff. And so because of it, like, nah, man, like I'm lucky enough to really wake up and just be as good of a person as I can be. And for me, that is independent of my wife. That is independent of me as a father. That's just me. Yeah. And I have my own essence that I can own and I can be in, and that's important. That's like, if you don't notice, like, that's where these breaks come from when you're a mother or a father or a husband or a wife, is because you don't have something that makes you you. Facts. And so when you step back and just say, okay, like, what do you have for yourself? You have nothing.
Right.
So that's why single people fight for that individuality, because a lot of the people they see is they're losing that part of themselves. Even though we're always evolving, we're not always trying to get to know who we are in that moment. And so right now I'm like the most tapped in to not only myself, but just like, being a great person that I've ever been. And it's so fucking easy to just not assume great intent of everybody.
To wake up and have a purpose is amazing.
I wake up like SpongeBob every day, bro. Like, every day, bro. And it's so fun. Yeah. Because all the people that thought it was corny and shit, like, they like looking at me and they see me put numbers up.
I get it.
Agent Gil. Now, did I deter from his question?
No, tell me again. I'm sorry.
My bad, brother.
I'm drinking Pinnacle. You know what Pinnacle do?
You trying to make your life better.
You know what
Pinnacle my life better. I'm trying.
I've lost 7 IQ points. But what's the question?
I don't remember.
He's drinking Pinnacle. He don't even remember the question.
All right, fuck it. Let me ask you this.
I got you, though. Hold on.
I got it. Okay. No, go ahead.
So, it's fucked up, but it's the reality that when you're doing great, you happen to amass in the crew haters.
Of course.
People that envy you, they're jealous. They may try to knock you down a peg or fake like they're on your team and kind of sabotage you. Right. Now, doing what you do in a city like Chicago, which is sad, it's famous for people not kind of helping each other the way they should. Have you seen these people, noticed these people, and have they deterred you? And when you, first of all, and second of all, when you see them, what do you do? How do you react? Because what you're doing is helping. So you tell them, don't imitate me and help somebody else.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? But the sad part is this as well. They might do it, but you got your shine. They may do it and get more notoriety and not give you credit for being the fucking blueprint.
Got you. So, number one, to the first part of your question, do I see them? Absolutely not.
I fucked that question all the way up.
No, I got you, baby. We both drinking Pinnacle. I can speak your language. I don't see them at all. They don't exist in my universe. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm so focused on executing that if somebody is not here for the betterment of the movement, this movement is bigger than me. You know what I mean? If you look at the history of feeding people, the one outlier that was successful, devoid of color, race, creed, politics, was the Black Panther feeding program.
The lunch program.
And so what I have to do is I have to make sure that I execute at a level that they only remember the execution and not the bullshit. And so that requires me to stay focused. Now, it is easier said than done, but you're talking to a guy that was living in his car 5 years ago, who mama had cancer 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? That's still here. Like this shit bigger than me.
Blessings, queen.
You know what I'm saying? Like I literally had to walk in a room, and they told me my mom got kidney cancer. Nothing touches that. Nothing.
Right.
A hater couldn't touch that. They could throw dog shit on my car after I just washed it, and it wouldn't.
That's rough, though.
You know what I mean? And so because of that, it's about what you pay attention to. You know what I mean? And this is where, me being on your radar makes sense, is because I don't do stuff for accident. If you notice, a lot of people see Jay-Z and say, and I use it a lot because he's traversed a lot of different levels of the black experience. Whether they like him or not, I don't care about that. But if you look at him, there is not one hair where he doesn't want it to be. And what I mean by that is that he acts with purpose. If you see a photo of them, it's because he wanted you to. If you hear about something, it's because he wants it to be out.
Create the narrative.
And so for me, it's like, how can I focus on haters when I got to make sure that everything I'm doing is for a reason and everything I'm not doing is for a reason? And so when it comes to that, it's so easy. And then the second part of that, which you and you talking about, what do I say to them? Even if there is a them, I love them. Because for so long, when it came to philanthropy and doing good in our communities, we didn't require people to be good people. You want me to tell you why I'm thriving? Because I really love everybody. And and I'll keep it a buck with y'all. Even this past, I'll say like 6 weeks ago, I had a moment where I got upset. Because I saw the game and I saw that they was playing. And they was trying to do the notoriety thing, and it wasn't about the numbers or the impact. But then I also said, man, look, I have to make sure and I hold myself accountable to not be divisive, because it's so popular to be divisive right now. It's easy. Yeah. And so from that, I just say, I love everybody. And it's up to me to always lead. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the funny thing is everybody don't get to do what I'm doing. Do you understand how lucky and skillful you gotta be to traverse this shit? And be able, man, dog, I'm talking be around BDs and then GDs and then all that, and all of them see that I truly just love people.
Right.
I will get fucked up if I was on bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so because of that, and I'm not even mad, because if they allow me to be in that space, it's just about feeding people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And they got people, look, on some real shit, man. You've been in that space where cats was out hustling, and they talk about it in the rap songs, right? Cats was hustling and felt like they were forced to serve drugs to their parents or their friends' parents, or right. So this concept that they see somebody is trying to do good for the same people that they may or may not be doing good for.
Yep.
There's a part of that general personhood that's like, no, that's a good thing, man. We shouldn't fuck with.
And nobody ever. And you know what's funny, man? It's like nobody ever acknowledges that when it comes to, black culture and hip hop culture, they never acknowledge that doing good is synonymous with the movement too.
Exactly.
My brothers, you know what I'm saying, was gangsters and shit. I wasn't. They told me I better not do that.
Right. Exactly.
But so that means, by street law, when it's time to make moves, I gotta get the fuck on. And them allow, and so now, I tell people all the time, they like, man, thank you for that. I'm like, man, no, listen, I'm talking about when I've left the fridge, I tell people, they were like, man, I put this shit on grant applications, bro. They tell me, name one memory of somebody you helped or something that stands out. I remember when I left the fridge, and imagine, I don't have a physical location. I don't believe in overhead for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So if I gotta do a grant meeting or use Wi-Fi, I Park somewhere safe, Starbucks, I use a Wi-Fi in my car. You know, that shit like $20 a month. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I'll do that. Now, mind you, I pull off after I leave the fridge, open it up, and I go because I got like a grain review, and I get a call from one of the guys that's slanging over there. I gave them all my number, like, man, if y'all need me, let me know. Because if I can do it, I'm gonna help y'all.
Right.
So they FaceTime me. They like, hey, bro, we got this guy here that's looking for you. This is a 65-year-old white man from the Red Cross. Sitting there with nothing but gangsters, right? And he was like, hey, Dion, I want to meet you. And I was like, man, I'll be back in like 8 to 10 minutes. I had to turn around. I had got to like past Western. So I'm like, man, I'll be back in like 8 to 10 minutes. And it was like, all right, bro, we got it. He with us. Right. Sure enough, I turned the corner on 57th and Racine. He's sitting there with 10 gangsters on the
like
strip.
Mr. Burns and shit.
Man, but
they say that. They say white people are the most safe in the hood.
But not just that. That's something for me because
connection in the community.
They didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They saw when I put the fridge down and a lot of them, they didn't press me on no corny ass like Tyler Perry movie shit. Right. You know what they did?
What you doing over here, son?
They watched.
Yeah, they just peeped in.
They watched and then slowly but surely, man, because the only two rules at the fridge was ladies first and only take enough to last you till today because we'll be here tomorrow. And for me, you feel me? One time I had to hurry up and run because I had like a grant interview at like 9:30 on Zoom. So right as I'm pulling off, I hear one of the drug dealers like, hey, y'all ladies first.
Right.
Man, y'all just get it, man. And so for me, that's cool. You know, that's what it's about. So you know
that's great, man.
Yeah,
that's great, man. I think that's an excellent.
I'm super inspired right now while we're talking. Like, you don't understand, man. Talk your shit. Go ahead, man. Talk your shit.
I was just saying, I think it's excellent. Go ahead.
So, all right, let me ask you this. What high school you went to?
I went to first 3 years Curie, and then last year I went to Gage Park.
They had a good music program.
Both trash.
Both trash. Curie's music program was top.
I'm not done.
I wasn't in that shit, so both could be trash.
I forgot his name. What was his name? He's a really good teacher.
Yeah, because you know, like the dude from Black Eyed Peas went there and all that. Like it was all good, but I was a broke ass black kid. I ain't care about none of that.
Did you play football? Did you hoop?
No, I'm gonna tell you, like I was really homeless. So like this ain't no
during high school.
Yeah, like all my years. You know what I'm saying? So like this wasn't no like you want me to tell you, man, like I wish I had that damn story. Homeless and still man. No, bro. Like I didn't even go out for the basketball team until junior year when I was kind of stable, but it was too late because they had their rotation.
Right. But can you hoop though?
Everybody in Chicago got a layup package. Listen to me. No. Let me explain something to you. I'd have been around the world in the Navy. We done hooped like on the aircraft carrier. Even when I was heavier.
Everybody from Chicago got
Everybody from Chicago, first step is wicked. Right. Now what you do after that first step
I respect that.
Now if you got a shot, the world is your oyster. But other than that, we got the first step. Listen to me. That's why we love Derrick Rose, because all of us had that first step. He just had the explosion to like do something great. But like, bro, easy. Like I definitely can like. I could sustain, like I could hold my own. Yeah. It's nothing. Okay,
all right. Talk to me.
We talking about like motherfuckers with jump shots. All right, like let me step back and start distributing. I'm going to train my role. You feel me? That's it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I could do a little something.
Let me jump on that though real quick.
Whoa.
This concept though, because I tell you.
Wait a minute. Right? Wait a minute.
One of the signature moments.
First of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Yeah. One of the signature moments for me as an educator was I had this kid, I won't say his name obviously, but I had this kid, he was a senior kid, and he just had the nicest kind of spirit, but he just, second period, which is the second class of the day, this boy would be asleep ASAP, right? Yeah. And I mean, it just be like, bro, like, I don't, every day you see, no matter what I do, you constantly going to sleep. I done called your mama, ain't no answer, because, the number ain't connected. I don't have any nobody else knows much else about you, right? Like that. I'm asking kids, like, yo, what's up with buddy? Like, and then like, man, we don't really know, right? And the whole time, some of them knew and didn't want to tell me, right? So we get closer and closer to the end of the semester, and obviously he's failing the class, and I'm just like, he's like, man, what can I do? And I'm like, bro, like you've been asleep or not here. That's the other thought. Cat's missing a lot. Right. So it wasn't until the second semester that somebody in the office, it was like the lady in the office was like, oh, he's homeless. Yeah. So it's like, I didn't know how to see those signs, right? You see the kid sleeping, you just assume this kid don't care about education. You assume that this kid just like hates your class or don't care, whatever. I didn't know that it was the fact that he was homeless and didn't have a place to live. So when he was coming to school to sleep because it was
safer.
It was the safe place to sleep, right?
Crazy, man.
And he could get some snacks in between the day, right? So just speak about that a little bit. Like when we talk about, I mean, because your experience wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
What things could be done better in school systems to maybe help one identify this type? Because also, if you're that kid, you don't want everybody in the school knowing your
business.
But let me. I'll tell you this, right? It's not linear, and that's why you didn't know, because you're a caring guy, you're empathetic. But it's hard because it varies from person to person. When I was in Curie, let me explain something to you. I'm gonna break down, like to all the kids that might see this. Let me explain something to you. When you're homeless, don't go to a fucking school that got no uniform. Okay, you cannot blend the fuck in. Okay, that was
we definitely had uniforms.
But
we definitely had uniforms.
I went there because I was the only one. I was valedictorian in the 8th grade. And I was the only one accepted out of my school.
Wow.
So I went that was like I've always been a smart guy, but the older we get, the more capitalism plays a part in our experience. It wasn't fair anymore. So, I'm me and my mom, we're living with other people and I'm sleeping on couches and shit. So when it got to that point where first period was unbearable because everybody in there is like on the football team or basketball team and they all G'd the fuck up and I'm barely coming in wearing shit. I used to just hop on the manager. I lived right off 55th and Woods, right? I would take the bus from Woods over to Pulaski, and then I would take the bus south. I wouldn't take it to Curie.
Oh, you
I rode it to the
around,
end,
right?
And then I rode it back. So I got that by homeroom or second period and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that was shit I had to do. And at first, I felt I was ashamed, and then they wonder why my first semester grades was bad. But it's like, bruh, I'm faced with the reality of my situation for the first time. Whereas when I was in grammar school, it was fair. It was okay, it's whoever is in the lines as a dog is the leader of the pack. Right. But it wasn't about that no more. It was about what my parents could provide me and all that. And my mom was going through a problem with drugs and shit. People don't know, a lot of the people I went to school with served my mama drugs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I saw them.
That's what I'm saying.
So when my mama used to leave the crib to go get dressed, I followed her.
Yeah.
And I didn't say nothing to them, but I followed her. You know what I'm saying? When my older brothers was at the crib with girls and shit, I followed them and I saw them serve my mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And those are things I had to reconcile with and understand that everybody's just trying to do the best they could. Mm-hmm. But in regards to your question, it's not, you don't know. Mm-hmm. And I think the more you accept that you don't know, the easier it will be to just take every student on a case-by-case basis and try to build an individual connection so that if something happens, they'll tell somebody, even if it ain't you. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so for me, that shit was brutal. And then when I went from Curie, and then you know what I'm saying? I left Curie because I failed Spanish. So that was I failed Spanish. And they told me, now imagine you need 26 credits to graduate from Curie. You need 24 at Gage.
Yeah, Gage Park was very different.
I go to Gage with no book bag, no pencil. I got straight A's.
Easy, yeah.
And so I'm I'm not going to do no 5th year. You know what I'm saying? I'm already homeless.
Right.
I'm going homeless during high school 7 years. Shit don't add up. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty much, that was my experience.
So was that your reason or decision to just go straight to the military because it was a safe place?
I'm going to tell you, when I left for the military, it was after, I told myself 6 months after graduation from high school, I said, man, if I'm not doing nothing worth doing, then, you know what I'm saying, I'm a dip. But the thing is I went to Chicago State. Now, imagine, I got a
state.
He did too.
Now, here's the thing. No, I ain't saying it's a bad thing.
No. I graduated from there.
I'm saying, now, here's the thing. Now,
Based in Chicago State, I got a degree without student loans. Shout out Chicago
Y'all want some haters? I hit on y'all trip.
So I went there and
they didn't recruit you.
Now, the funny thing is, because I got real life issues, I didn't know how competitive I could have been. I had a 27 on the ACT.
Oh yeah, you could
talk your shit.
You got
but the thing
is,
but
you also knew the Chicago lay of the land. You knew how to survive
I couldn't
in
go
Chicago.
out of state.
Yeah, you know how to survive in Chicago.
My mama here in the Mansion. When we was living with people, they didn't let my older brother stay with us. Mm-hmm. They had to stay with friends.
Because you baby bro.
Right. It was only I'm the youngest of four, so it was only me and her. And then they didn't treat her right. That's why, the people that we lived with, I don't even talk about them because they got mad. They wanted me to talk about them early on in my success, but it's like, y'all don't want me to tell the truth about y'all.
Right.
So this is me being a bigger person.
They were the fairy tale part of it.
Man, so so I forgave them, but it was like, if I would have left, my mama would have been hurting. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it wouldn't have been nobody that would have gave the shirt off their back to make sure she ate. So I'm like, okay, I go to Chicago State. I go in and I'm confronted with the same shit I had at Curie, which is I'm going there. It's juniors that all know each other. They comfortable and shit, joking with the professor by first names. I'm freaked the fuck out, okay? I'm sitting there, this homeless guy barely had a way to get to school, hopped on the red line with my last $4. And I come in, y'all all comfortable and keyed up and fucking chilling. Yeah.
You had what I call a why. You had a why early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I guess my question to you would be, when did you recognize your why?
Oh, easy. It was like 2.5 weeks after that shit. Okay. I left. I said, I left and I went to the Navy office and they said you dipping in 3 months. No, 4 months. And I didn't tell nobody for the first 3 months. I told my mama when I had 30 days up because I didn't want nobody to convince me to do otherwise.
Right.
And my mom was hurt. Because there was this stigma of us not coming back, but nobody talked about it. It wasn't just death. It was like niggas not coming back because they didn't want to struggle.
Yeah.
But I would never leave my mama. But I had to grow up. I had to really just get a fair shot. And leaving, once I left, man, I gained a skill set in public relations, communications, journalism, photography that is the catalyst to what I'm doing now.
So in real life,
is that what you did in the Navy?
Yeah. When I left, I was the highest rated journalist in all the armed forces when I left.
Oh wow, you doing comms?
Yeah, and still didn't get a fucking job in Chicago. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's crazy.
Chicago's a hated city.
Well, no, it ain't just Chicago. It's actually the transition process not built for black men. So I got people that weren't even as decorated as me getting 6-figure jobs at the Pentagon, and I came here and literally I had a conversation with a black communications agency that I'm going to be working with, and they was like, man, how did we miss out on you?
Right.
And I was just like, that's the thing. There's no thing there, and that's what I want to be. I want to show people, man, you don't got to come back selling real estate. You don't got to come back fixing credit.
Flipping houses and shit.
Man, you can come back and you can build something from the ground up. Yeah. And so that's this shit is bigger than me. You know what I mean?
Nah,
quick scenario.
Talk to me.
You was a student.
Yep.
Say you did feel compelled one day, you got over your pride, you weren't ashamed anymore, and you realized you had a dope professor, you know what I'm saying, and you felt some kind of connection to bond. You think he might understood because whatever similarities you may have saw.
Yeah.
How would you, don't answer right away, how would you approach to tell him, and to our professor, Professor Adidapo, if a student came to you, fam, you the genius, bro.
I wasn't disagreeing.
If a student came to you, whether he was struggling or not, and expressed what was going on in his life, how would you accept it, and what would you do to try to maybe help that student?
I'll let you go first.
It's funny because I have an example of that, and it was actually when I was grown. So when I came back, first off, I knew my wife has a degree. She went to Miami of Ohio and shit like that, but I also knew that the lay of the land was changing. I knew it years ago. I knew it 5 years ago.
In terms of women taking.
No. I'm talking about in a sense of how the degree will be devalued.
Oh yeah.
Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
And so, I could I swear to you, me and my wife never had this conversation. But I used to tell her it don't matter. It's about you. And so, she got hers, and man, the smartest woman I've ever met in my fucking life is a dog.
Because she shows you. That's the smartest woman ever. You see what I'm saying?
That's a great reason too. But the funny thing is that when I got back, I don't tell a lot of people this. You feel me? But my school of choice was DePaul.
That's not bad.
No, it ain't bad. I got accepted. And when I was living in my car, I was going to DePaul. Now the funny thing is outside of my degree, I'm flunking. I got a 1.3 GPA.
I don't want to laugh, man.
No, laugh. It's funny as fuck because, but it was also
outside of the classes that are in your field.
Right. And it was, but then again, it's you can't tell me that math shit matters. It don't, because I'm not doing math. I'm not a mathematician. I'm sorry.
Right.
But inside my major, my average is a 99.7. I'm a dog, right? And so I had a teacher. And I can't even remember his last name. His name was Don. Now, when we doing coursework with, public relations and shit like that, I'm a dog. They got, all the best speakers coming in, and anything they talk about, I'm killing that shit, right? And they had an opportunity, and I kept it real with him one time, and I was like, man, like, I sent him an email like, hey, look, you know, this is what's going on with me, but man, I would love this opportunity. Woo, woo, woo. And he left me on red. And listen, I'll never forget that. And I just remember his last name though, but I ain't gonna say it though because
no, fuck him.
No. Listen. No. Listen.
Text me.
I don't gotta say fuck them because that heartbreak spurns something greater. But I will say this though is that they missed out on the opportunity to have a talent like me. I don't look at it as a reactive situation. It's a proactive. You know what I mean? And so because of it, when I went to him and I kept it a buck, everybody won't know how to respond to that neither.
And you miss them, man. Like I think I've been in this space where, you know, a student might have been trying to express something to me and I missed the language. Or I misidentified that student's character earlier in.
Yeah.
And so now you're coming towards the end of the semester, and your grade ain't so well. Yeah. So I might have already created a bit of a like bias, like, come on, man, you already know what it is. You don't be paying attention on like that. Now, similar but not, my first year of teaching in Chicago, you know, they give you advisories.
Okay.
So you get like 15 to 20 kids that you meet with every morning for 15 minutes. You know, you check their grades, you make sure they got their homework, make sure their uniform tight, right? It's a way to kind of track students so that they don't fall under in the gaps.
Yeah.
Right? And first day of school, I remember this young lady, I won't say her name obviously, but still one of my favorite students to this day.
Did she graduate already?
Oh yeah, she was a very smart kid. She's grown. That's
okay,
2014.
what's her name?
But she came in and after the whole school day of, you know, the basic school down, at the end she came in, she said, you my advisor, right? And I was like, yeah, we definitely just established that. You know? And she
if
was
I wasn't before, I am now.
She was like, so I could tell you stuff and you can't tell nobody else. I was like, well, not exactly, but yes, we have a certain shit. She tell me I have to tell. Right, exactly. So I was like,
hey, everybody in the legal situation was like, oh, nigga, she can tell everybody.
I was like, I'm a mandatory reporter, so there are certain things I have to tell.
Mandatory reporter.
I said, but yeah, in general, yes, I'm the person that you would, you know, if you need some advice or some information from, right. And so she says, okay. Well, I'm pregnant and I'm getting the abortion because my mama don't want me to have. Oh no, she said I'm pregnant and I'm pregnant and I'm gonna go get an abortion. She's asked me, can I help her make an appointment
for the abortion?
Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
And so I immediately was like, well, what do we? Your mom, like your parents, you just met me.
Yeah,
like, I don't even know you.
That's deep.
In real life,
right?
That's deep.
And I can't in any way, shape, or form tell you what to do in this situation, right? Even just
you scared.
As a male,
you scared?
Yeah, I was terrified.
Yeah, of course. No, listen.
First day I got out of school.
That's the first day of school, and he's hit with every scenario he had in training at the same time.
So sure enough, she's like, well, I can't tell my mama, you can't tell my mom and all this. So, you know, I did what I was supposed to do. I went and found a woman administrator and was like, hey, lady, this situation happened. I can't, well, I ain't gonna say her name.
Hey, you a lady?
No, I ain't gonna lie. It was important that I found a woman to talk to in that situation. But... And an administrator at the same time. And I didn't share the student's name. I just asked her about the situation.
Of course.
And so ultimately she said, all you can do is continue to field questions. And if you hear her saying something that sounds like she's going to do something that really will risk her safety or something like that. Like if she's talking about getting this abortion from somebody who's not a doctor or if she's talking about doing something.
Miami?
No, just in general.
Yeah.
So anyway.
He funny as shit.
That one of them edited moments?
No, not at all. All that to say, there are moments when a person will bring information to you and you have no idea what to do. And it can be difficult to manage that situation and maybe leave a person on red because I don't know how to respond to this.
But you have the best intent, and that's why it's okay. But you know what's funny? since after that day, you was on your shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he said,
no, I made a major mistake later on with another advisory student.
But what I'm saying is that changed your entire approach to like, yo, I just got to get through each period.
Yo, it's like that now, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, absolutely.
All right, so let's go ahead and bring it to a closure because we can go all day about this shit.
Gotcha.
And it's just a convo.
Gotcha.
And I'm not afraid to stay here all day, but at the
Right.
But
that shit to do tomorrow.
I want to let the people know how can they help you. Where can
Before
they
you
reach
go there,
at?
bro, you got to answer the one question we ask everybody.
What's that?
You are
Top
a rap
5.
fan.
Of course.
All right, so give us your top 5 rap albums from Chicago artists.
Bro, I don't got 5 albums from Chicago that I would just play. Not no
Talk
albums.
your shit.
No.
Talk your shit.
No,
love for the Chicago.
No. It's not that. It's not that. But it's multi-layered reasons of why like.
You ain't got to give us all that.
No. Listen. What I'm saying is like, okay, this generation does not value the album experience as much. You know,
that's
you know
a great point.
And so then also it's with budget and shit like that. Because then like you had some cheap ass.
Yeah, the money ain't
you know,
the
like
same.
you know what I'm saying. So for me, it's like like I just have different albums.
Give me your 5.
Yeah, just your top 5.
Whatever.
Top 5 albums ever.
I feel like you cheated.
No order. No,
I'm gonna say whatever I want.
I feel like you cheated.
Talk your shit.
Pinnacle talking. Your chest got a little poked out.
His chest stay there.
That's normal.
His chest is.
His chest never goes down. Let me see. 5. I do 5 albums that kind of shape me as a man. That's what I'll do.
Oh, that's dope.
So
might have still that question.
No, it's definitely stolen.
Let's see. No order. It would be 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. That was the first album. That was the first album I ever bought with my own money, and that was an experience.
Damn, mine was Shaq Fu. That tells me.
Oh, you are Shaq. And he's a DJ on top of that.
Jodeci, actually. It was Jodeci died.
No, it's Shaq Fu. This boy bought Shaq Fu. And the video game.
I didn't buy the video. I did buy the tape. I did buy the cassette tape.
The soundtrack took his damn and shit.
Jodeci Diary of a Mac.
Get you out of here. You're done. You can't come out of that hole. You're done. Go ahead, Dion.
Let me see. The next one, it would be Drake, Nothing Was the Same.
That album classic to me.
That one,
that shit cold.
I think
that shit cold.
Honestly, like a lot of people disagree, but I think that and If You Reading It Now It's Too Late,
that
those are top
cold.
2. Like I think like those 2, you know what I'm saying? Like from front to back, like he was locked in. You know what I mean? What else? I would say on an R&B kick, Trey Songz Ready. Because that was the one that was like from an R&B perspective.
The wifey time frame? Is this when we meet the wife?
No.
That shit's cold though. You gotta listen to it.
This was when I heard an R&B album where like he went hard. Like I'm just saying he went from like
I've
singles.
never heard this album.
Man, it's fire. That was like that was when like Trey Songz actually like was an artist and not like this a radio hit. Yeah. Black East Atlanta Love Letter.
That's actually dope too.
I think sonically, like it was just on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Like I think like
I agree.
I wish you could sing really good though.
No, but I'm gonna tell you but we're talking about like. We're talking about like harmony and notes and like that's the thing.
It's like great.
But it's so funny. But like when people don't like an artist, they'll say like, "Oh, I wish they could sing or rap better."
I just said I didn't like it. I felt attacked right now.
No. I'm saying, but I still don't know what the hell James Brown said. True. But but you felt it.
You know what I'm saying? You saw the movie.
He meant that shit.
Man,
get you the fuck out of here. If you can't hit, when I say hit,
Eddie Murphy.
I need that one to hit.
Eddie Murphy
you know what I'm saying?
The greatest clip on that.
Man,
shit.
That's 4.
I think that album was just like for me, like as a grown up that could recognize like a concept and going through it was crazy. And the last one was an album that affected me. What's the name of the Bryson Tiller joint?
Oh, the first joint?
Yeah.
Bryson.
Yeah.
Not with Don't and
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you that one was
Trap Soul.
So I'm gonna tell you that one. Of course, like that's why we named our son Bryson. Like literally, no, for real, like that was like.
Did y'all make him to Bryson?
Huh?
Did y'all make him to Bryson's music?
No. I mean, Bryson did, you know. But
you missed that.
But you know, it was something about like I just like. Again, people who don't supposed to have a moment. You know what I mean? Like in a capitalist society, there's so many strings that you don't see. Just like that fucking album that YouTube put on everybody's iPhone. Who the fuck? You remember that?
I don't have an iPhone.
Android for life.
We're all Android users in this space.
YouTube signed a deal with fucking Apple Music.
You said YouTube?
YouTube.
Oh, I thought you were saying YouTube.
No, YouTube.
This I remember.
Yes.
YouTube.
And them motherfuckers signed a deal.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the shit was just on your phone.
But it was amazing though.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, not the album.
You
Not the
can't.
album.
I'm
I'm saying that was an amazing moment in the digital streaming.
Of course. It changed
music
everything.
business.
It changed everything.
Because then Jay-Z do it next.
And so for me, you know, like it's so many strings, and I mean, of course, now we know most of them. But back then, we didn't know. Like a motherfucker could put a CD on your shit without you even downloading the motherfucker.
Yeah.
And so, you know, for me,
put a podcast on your shit.
With people like
Facts.
that, yeah. Because if we could do that, listen.
Number one podcast in Chicago. Hello. It's not a game out here. We not playing out here. This is real shit. You see the numbers.
Yeah.
But wait, because you started this question with the point of how can people continue to support the fridge.
People can. And we didn't talk. It ain't only the fridge. Currently, right now, the big program is Dream Deliveries, and so what Dream Deliveries is like HelloFresh, but fresher and free.
Yeah. She's sister. She started a thing where she delivers fresh produce to people's houses.
Yeah.
So we actually we're at 3,500 pounds a week, and we're delivering as far north as Evanston, as far west as Melrose Park, Schiller Park, as far south as West Pullman, as far east as Jeffries, and we're at 150 households right now.
Is this still a one-man operation?
So
no, I'm serious. Because this shit takes a lot.
No, I'm telling you. So right now we don't rely on volunteerism. I actually have a paid crew. I never paid myself yet. I pay them. And so
me either, brother.
Yeah, so we pay.
He ain't paid us shit.
I haven't paid me yet.
Yeah.
So we have a paid crew. We own our vehicles and we pay for the produce. So we own our entire logistical outlook. So to support, you can go to www.DionChicagoDream, DIONS, ChicagoDream.com. You can find us on every social media platform. We update them every day. LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram.
And can people pull up to the fridge and put food in?
Fuck no.
No, hell no.
We have liability insurance, so no. No. But they can donate.
You're the
online.
only one that can put food in.
No.
The reason I say that is because in New York, that was kind of their model. Their model was put food in, and then people can take out.
You know, there's other fridges around Chicago that can do that shit, but no, we do new shit.
That's different.
And a lot of times people put what they don't want.
Exactly. No, that's exactly
we ain't
what
with that.
was.
We ain't with that.
Well, it depends.
And you know what? Let me do a public service announcement before y'all go. Whoever the fuck decided that people like raisins.
Shay fucking Whitey.
Like first of all, everybody just thought that
my man said stop donating raisins.
And then you got people putting this shit in potato salad. Accessory to the fact. Okay.
What are the nutritional values of a raisin? I feel like it's got to have positive nutritional value.
Shout out to Hot Seat, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
They rocking with us. They sent this joint. So
yeah, we got good people over at the company that created this game, and we told them that they sent us a game pack. We're not gonna actually have time to do this.
No, just pull one card.
Okay.
Yeah, gotta pull it.
So this isn't the way the game goes.
Try to throw it on the ground and shit.
Basically, what Hot Seat is kind of like a set of random prompts.
Okay.
And you have to answer them. Again, I'm not going to explain the whole. So yeah, you take one.
All right, look, let's pull one. All right, we got, if I became an overnight celebrity, what would I be famous for?
Well, we already know the answer to that question.
pull another.
Exactly, shitting on raisins. Everybody know. Like, I hate raisins so much.
What would you?
Oh, I don't even know.
He would be a Pinnacle Vodka spokesperson.
Absolutely.
Looking like Stay Thirsty, my
You know what? I'll be the first stripper powered by Pinnacle.
Stripper powered
by Pinnacle. All my promotions, Everything I do be powered by Pinnacle.
Well, no. But powered means that's all you drink and eat.
That's all I need. I might shrivel up in about 2-3 days. I'll enjoy that run though.
Y'all pick from the front. Let me go to the middle.
That is hilarious. He said stripper powered. That is battery operated. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, all right. So this one says, if I wasn't afraid, I would blank. I would blank.
I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm not scared of shit.
Facts.
Like I just do it. Like, you know what's funny? Like, people.
If I wasn't scared, I would go skydiving. I'm fucking scared.
But you know what? The funny thing is that
indoor skydiving, I ain't scared of that. Shit.
I did that too.
That shit's fun.
Yeah, that's fun. But I'm gonna tell you I used to tell myself like, man, that'd be the one thing I wouldn't do. But low key, fuck it.
Fuck it.
I will do it.
No low key.
I'm just saying I'm scared.
But see, that's the thing. But if you would do it, then that's the thing. Like, you gotta speak to that because people think that like fear
turn
really.
the microphone so we
He fine.
Fear is not really shit though. So it's like if I wasn't scared, I would what? I would shoot my shot at any woman. I would start an organization. I would jump out of a fucking plane.
This boy here talking like he a Navy SEAL. First of all, you ain't with that crazy.
But what I'm saying is, like, we literally are living in a historical event.
True.
What we're doing right now is there was some motherfuckers doing a podcast in the Great Depression, and they was just sitting around talking about shit, and they just made it. So it's like, no, like, we low-key badasses. Like, y'all got a platform that's thriving while other shit is shutting down.
Pick one.
Man.
Bro.
That's the one you just picked.
Yeah, play the lottery, brother.
If I had a personal robot, which task would I have them perform the most?
Go to work for me.
Sex.
That boy said sex. Easy. What's funny though is my mind went close. I was like, what would it have to do for that woman? What could it do for this woman?
Hey, listen, either me and my wife look like we say
the sex part I want to keep. I want that part. I want to keep that part.
No, listen.
So maybe you can like listen to her late at night. Maybe the robot can just listen to her talk about what happens with her friends.
Let Bossy
take one.
What? Whoa, take one. Pause.
You said get one, take one, whatever.
Play.
What would I like to experience again for the first time?
Never drink a Pinnacle.
He don't mean that.
I'm joking.
That's the most Pinnacle jokes by any show.
That's going to get the check right there.
Facts. Pinnacle. Hold on, wait. Pinnacle is not a sponsor yet?
Not yet.
This man is drinking your product more than water. What are we doing?
82 straight
We working on it. We working on it.
No, y'all got it. Okay, I got you. Y'all got it.
So you know what? So while we talking about that, my man from Black People Eats.
Yeah.
Love what he's doing.
Right, facts.
Saw he's supporting you.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, boy. How do we bring him into our network?
I'll call him. He gonna be here next time. Pick episode. I got you.
Done deal.
That's it. My name. I'm good in the hood.
That's Black Excellence. That's Black Excellence. You know what I mean? That's Black Excellence because I want to be clear with everybody that always listens to our podcast. You know, first of all, you know, we 10,000K listenership.
Yeah.
The viewership is averaging 7K to 10K. You know, this one's going to go crazy. I already know. But I say all that to say this: like, it's okay to link up with your mans.
Facts.
It's okay to dap them up. It's okay to get love because at the end of the day,
collaborate.
When you said earlier, it resonated with me. I don't see the people that ain't trying to see me no fucking way.
Man, listen, I'm
good.
You know what's funny is like we got so used to the higher ups and the people with the big followings and all that. You mean tell you
it means nothing.
No. But you want me to tell you what's funny is if you notice back in the day when you see like Frank Lucas or the Black Panther, you want me to tell you what's something in each movie or when you learn about them that always resonates with you. You see photos of them around the people. Right. And so for me, I make it a point to be more comfortable around everyday people than to be somewhere proving I belong. And I'm gonna give you a fact about me that nobody know, right? I got invited to the Lil Durk's Foundation, the Neighborhood Heroes, like their holiday party, had a panic attack and I left. Right?
For real?
Yeah. I would have a panic attack at that shit too.
No. I'm about to tell you. I got invited to the Bulls game by one of my people just got my people's got honored as the MLK, service award. Yep, in the game. What was that? Was that fucking Friday or some shit? Friday, right?
Golden State.
Panic attack and I left. I'm gonna tell you why. Because like, I'm not in this shit for clout.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No
and
clickbait.
So I have to be around real people.
Like
and
people.
I like that you help me accountable. It ain't just, that's the thing. It's like people ain't holding people accountable. The ones that say that they're leaders, they need to lead. The ones that say they connect me. Because for me, I'm like, bro, I shoot 2,000. You see me. I
got no jumper.
I am shooting 2,000 a day.
Give it a rinse.
And so now when two of them come back, people like, oh man, he getting a lot of notoriety. No, I'm not, because if half the motherfuckers responded that I shoot it out too,
right, it would be.
then so it's like, no, like, thank you for holding me accountable, because I'm about to call him right after we hit stop. I'm about to FaceTime him, and if he answer, say, hey, you need to lock
that makes sense to me, because when you talked about the Marianos thing, and we're gonna get out of here, but my man run a whole sector in Ohio and everything neighboring.
Yeah.
Done. You know what I mean? Say less. It's the motherfucking corner convo. Damn, I don't want it to end, man. This shit was amazing. Thank you, Dion, man, for real,
brother.
Yeah,
for real,
man. No, seriously, man. I can't say enough, man. Like, I think, and like Amon said,
wait, are we about to stop? Hold on. Actual question.
No. We gonna pull that for next time.
All right, next time.
We had a meeting today. We planned out the year. I definitely think that this is
I'm gonna be back.
I think, but not only that,
absolutely.
I think better. I think we need to pull up at your corner next time.
Anytime.
I think that's what needs to happen next time.
I'm with that.
So,
Facts. I'm with that. I'm with that.
On the strip.
We are oppressed. We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
It's 82, man.
We are denied
dreams.
civil rights.